everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. For those of you that are watching this on YouTube, hello to you as well. See, Arrow has come in. I've seen Buns. Hey, Buns. Welcome in, welcome in. Nice to see y'all here. Nice to see y'all here. Today is a special occasion. And I mean special, because this is a first for me. I have been reached out to by the developer of We Were Here Before, which is effectively a visual novel. It's not necessarily one. It's closer to the same vein as Papers, Please, with my existence being the being the one to play the game. It's more closer to Disco Elysium in terms of like how it's going to be displayed to you. And of course, your experiences may vary, and it's expected to. Because a lot of this is decision making. Your choices do indeed matter, and they do change how certain things develop in the game. At least that's what I've been able to surmise through my initial playthrough. Of course, I played this beforehand to not only make sure that this is good enough for me to make as entertaining as possible for stream, but also for the developer, because I decided to record myself playing it, and I sent it straight to him. And speaking of the developer, Inkdrift is actually in the call with me right now. Which, Inkdrift, if you would be so kind as to make your presence known.
Yeah. I am the sole developer, going by Inkdrift, but definitely appreciate you playing through and both the recording and the doing it again here. And as you said, choices do matter. I think, in fact, I'm 99% certain you're going to see a whole different set of things than what you saw during your first playthrough, and I'm excited to watch you do it.
I'm concerned as to, because so we had been messaging each other on Twitter, and you were a little coy involving like I've added some things, and it's like it's like I made an update, I've added some stuff.
Yes. Which I'm not going to tell you. I'll nudge you towards them during it, but I think my hope anyway, and this is the first game I've developed. I've done many things over the years, but this is the first foray into game development. And my hope is that half of the fun is going to be finding those things sort of naturally and organically, but I'll nudge you to some of them, and because it is still in development, some of them may not be fully fleshed out, so I'll give you a few hints in terms of what the full impact is supposed to be, even if it's not quite there yet in some cases.
You're going to be nudging me in directions. So, like, Inkdrift is going to be my GPS, my narrative GPS. And I'm excited for that, specifically because this is the only time to where you will ever hear a streamer say, please backseat me. Now, of course, I'm also going to be listening to you, chat, involving, like, whether or not maybe I should do certain things. Because a lot of the time, y'all have had really good insights on stuff that I might not have considered, and I'm curious as to what those insights may be. And on top of that, just so then we're clear, yes, Jimothy is indeed holding Inkdrift in his claw, so if things go awry, the developer will be eaten.
I am a delicious platter of salami there, so it's ripe for the eating.
And, ooh, ripe salami.
Well cured.
Very well cured indeed. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go and pull up the game. I'm gonna go and switch screens, and we're going to get right into it. Right. So this is what I get greeted with. I don't know if this is gonna be a permanent thing. Of beta preview. Of course, it's not gonna say beta preview. We were here before. Let me get the voice on.
This one should do. This settlement record is not yet complete. The Bureau is still processing filings. In this filing, 3 outposts, 17 of 24 arcs, cross-run memory, the full ending sequence, governor axes tracked across 3 dispositions. Expect bugs, some known, some still introducing themselves, narrative that may shift as drafts are revised, placeholder visuals, ongoing polish. Save data from beta may not carry to release.
Aw.
Coming. 7 remaining arcs, achievements, more quiet beats, and memory fragments. We would like to hear what felt right or didn't, what broke, soft-locked, or surprised. Pacing, too fast, too slow, too much, not enough. Thank you for being here before the filing was complete.
Follow, give feedback at frontierfilings.bluesky.social at Craig _ Inkdrift. Let's go. I love how like I fumbled like right at the end. Did completely fine. I maintained a proper cadence from top to bottom, and then the moment I made it to the footer, fucked it up.
It was all the @ symbols, I'm sure. That must have been it.
See, that's what happened. I got messed up by the @ symbols. How dare.
And there are now 20 arcs. I haven't updated that. And your achievements are still broke. Those will go away once you start the actual game itself. So
okay,
you can see what you did last time. Yeah.
Because I can't drag them.
Nope. They're supposed to fade away. I have been debating making them draggable and leaving them on once I get the formatting right, so that they're just always on your desk. But that might get a little too busy on the desk.
Not gonna lie though, I know full well that if you were to have it to where we can drag them, if somehow they had some level of physics to it, where they can like stack and kind of fall all over the desk, like, oh, I made a mess.
Yep. That is one thing that is still in the back of my mind that I am considering. Just to give a little bit of things to do to play when you might be waiting on something to process.
Which would be interesting to do, because like being able to drag it around would be nice. I also like, because I see that like it exits the bounding box of it. You might want to consider having it as, instead of it saying achievement, it just says the ledger balances, and then when you hover over it, it says what it says here, where it's achievement, the ledger balances, and then gives the whole shebang shaboodle.
Yep.
I think that might be a good representation. Or you could have it to where each one's just a different symbol altogether.
Yep.
And it doesn't even have like any text to it until you hover over top.
Yep. I would like to do that. So what you'll probably quickly recognize is my art skills are almost non-existent. But I still am debating on how many achievements to put in, because there will be 24 story arcs. And each story arc has 5 to 6 different endings. So, but I think Steam has a cap at like 120 achievements or something like that. So, still pondering just what the right amount there is. Which, like I said, could make for a very busy desk if all of those achievements get put on your desk.
True. I think aiming for 120 is very ambitious. I think 72 is solid. So 84 it is. I mean, 84 feels like a solid number. It does.
Yeah, it does.
So let's see. So the achievements that I've gotten from my one playthrough. Also, Fantasy, welcome in. Thanks for passing on by. So far the achievements that I have here are the ledger balances. The final audit found the books in order. Every transaction accounted for. Every margin noted. This department has filed the settlement's trade records under commerce. Concluded. We have noted the ledger balanced. We have noted that it is rarer than it should be, which is fair. And then we have achievement, a filing was made. This department has received your first filing. We have noted it arrived. We have noted it was not empty. We have filed it under beginnings, administrative. It is a small category. We expect it to remain so. And then we have the charter. So, hold on, let me move my model. I'm in a proper position. You can see my book. I'd rather y'all be able to see like the book and kind of like bear witness, you know? And I'll even move chat. Move chat over to you. There we go. That feels appropriate. That feels appropriate. Perfect. So the charter is: the seal of the Empire is still warm from the press. The words are the same as last time. You are certain of this now. Others carried the same promise. You have carried it before. The silence they left behind is not mentioned in the decree. You choose to read that as omission, not warning. Not yet.
So one thing, and it's been, I think, a couple of weeks since you played your first playthrough, but one thing that does change, that second sentence wasn't in the charter the first time.
That does make sense, because it says the words are the same as last time. You're certain of this now. So it's interesting that, like, my memory kind of, like, carries through with it. It's very, I kind of want to say Mountains of Madness. A little bit. Like, leaning into, like, the mythos, as it were.
Yep.
And let's see, we have the Horizon, which I'm gonna put on the big spooky voice for that. I guess it's a spooky voice. In the Empire, time moves. Away, breath. Forward, unremarkable. Out. Here, something feels different. We noticed it the first night. One, see the clock tick backwards before it resumes its cadence. A moment of forgetting where you are. Who you are. We have been calling this Horizon, as if naming it makes it ours, as if a name is the same as understanding. It was here before the first stone was placed. It will be here after the last one is forgotten. It has no preference for us. It simply measures how much of this was ever true. Let's move into the Horizon. Now the charter's gone! Shit.
It's all gone. It's all gone.
What the hell? It will be filed. Oh, hold on. That's like behind me. Move over here. Oh, it changed! They moved through quietly. Does it change every time? No. Wait, what? Oh, that's so wild. Oh, is there anything else? Wait. They moved through quietly. No, that's like that's all that's there. Oh, and it's gone. Okay. We have, oh, it's cut off on the side. I suspect that says we have used it before. Oh,
Indeed.
This is changing. This is changing.
It is.
I witnessed it fade.
And just as one little nudge, which this is one of those things I'm so tweaking to make sure that it resonates well, but those little scribbles will often relate to the choices you made in your last game.
Oh, that's tight. Asking this department to finish their paperwork. Okay, so like this is just fading in and out. This is really cool.
Yep. So I wanted to give you something to do, so like we said before, something to do when things are processing, because there are sometimes, especially I think after the third or fourth game, where you're getting used to it and some things you've seen before. Something just for you to keep an eye out for.
So this is really radical. I find that is enough. And then like you can witness it fading, and it's like it's just moving in and out. That is so radical. I love this. Oh, here's a reference that I'm understanding. Donated everything that was left.
Yeah? You remember that one?
Yeah.
That was from your museum, if I remember correctly.
That was the museum, and then it's like it faces the window. Like that was another one. That was that wasn't that the one like random door that I found?
No, that one would have been the dreaming sickness.
Oh, yeah. And then let's see. The intake register was found open. This is so cool. Okay, so all right. Let's move into this. As awesome as it is for me to stay into this screen, because I'm loving that it's so dynamic like this. This is so fucking radical. I never asked for donations. Oh god, that's so cool. I love this. I love this. This is awesome. Let me get nice and big. Okay. We have the Explorer Charter. Some settlements count what they have, some study what they find. We go further, not because the frontier demands it, because we cannot look at an edge and not want to know what is past it. We have the trade outpost. If we are to survive here, we must profit. The frontier is dangerous, yes, but danger concentrates value. Rare minerals, anomalous artifacts, routes no one else dares chart. If we extract carefully, trade efficiently, we can turn risk into leverage. The Empire understands coin better than it understands fear. And then science outpost. The frontier does not obey the rules we brought with us. Good. Rules are hypotheses until tested. We will measure what others fear. We will document what others deny. The Empire funds what it can publish. We intend to give them results worth printing. I believe I did trade outpost last time.
Yeah, so your first playthrough, trade outpost is the only option, and so that was by completing a game with trade outpost. That was the ledger balances achievement. A reference to, of course, the ledger that's important for merchant activity. But now your second playthrough, you get two more options.
And this is pretty cool. Well, yeah, thank you for passing on by 20 times. Holy hell. I'm not gonna do trade outpost again. I already went through that. I know it would probably go and give me like different options, or at least give me like different routes that I could potentially take. But I think variety is the spice of life, you know?
Yeah.
So, the trade outpost is there. Clearly they went missing and being sent out again. I think Explorer Charter makes the most sense for a follow-up from the trade outpost effectively going defunct. So I'm gonna go Explorer Charter, and I don't think Horizon changed. No, that's still the same. We're gonna drop that in. We're gonna go exploring, Dora!
Yes. And you encountered one of my favorite arcs in the trade outpost the first time through, which was the reverse heist.
Yeah! Governor's Manor. Power diffused is chaos. Power centralized is risk. Still, without a place where decisions crystallize, we drift. If I am to shape this outpost, I must give authority a home. So we have together. Let's set this here. And for what comes after? Let me check the sides. I need to see. I find I prefer weeks that are simply weeks. That was a quote that I enjoyed from the last playthrough. There's too much shit going on. I need to.
I love it, but that's the exact thing that it's so great to see that reaction, right? Because that's exactly what I was hoping it would be. So
it's like I just want weeks to be weeks, man. I just wanted this outpost to be normal. I sit out here to do shit, man. Alright, so let's see here. Together, how do we build for our people? The first shelters are temporary, canvas and rope. But people have arrived who intend to stay. They're asking where to put their things, how the room should face, whether the walls should touch. We do not build walls between families. The argument for it was practical. Shared walls hold heat. Shared roofs hold longer. Nobody said the real reason. Nobody needed to. We had all come from somewhere we left. Nobody wanted to be alone in a new place. And then for what comes after? So, the first one is still the same, first paragraph. Second paragraph changed. We left space between the buildings, more than we needed. The practical argument was airflow, fire separation, room to expand. The real argument was the children. They needed somewhere to run that wasn't the frontier. We gave them that first, before we gave ourselves anything. So, this is meant for exploration. We're not here to stay. We're here to see how far out we can go. Like, what is around. So then the next people can stay. So, with that being the case, I think for what comes after, not really necessary. Together, I think, is what matters. Because if push comes to shove, we're being more efficient by having everybody kind of cramped, so to speak. We're all just, like, together. Also, the camaraderie is going to help. It saves on heat, because we're all there.
That makes sense. And so just one thing for you to note as you go through this, because there are so many choices to make, right, with all the stories and the other options and stuff. One thing that I did that gleam on that card, right, shows you the ones that you haven't chosen before. So just something to keep in mind as you go through.
Okay. So, because I think I picked for what comes after for the last one, so I am gonna go and grab...
No, you picked together for the first time through.
Oh, I did.
You did, yeah. That's why what comes after has the gleam that's going across it, because you haven't picked that one before.
Oh, that's okay. That's a nice touch. You know, I really want to have like a proper fresh playthrough. And also, let me see what Leo said. Took Solon into the coffee shop. Oh, that's so good. I'm glad Solon was so well behaved. So let's see. We're gonna do it for what comes after then. Why not? Why not? For what comes after? Because no room to expand. We could build more buildings for being able to like get some of this research in. You know, get some of this like kind of exploration going.
You're encouraging the kids to go outside and become little mini explorers, right?
Exactly. Like they get to explore too. It's not just the adults. You know, children have that sense of wonder where they're gonna get kidnapped by fairies. They're gonna call it a fairy when in actuality it's some kind of monstrous being that they can't comprehend. So they chose the nearest storybook thing that worked for them. It's a frontier dwellings. The first shelters were temporary. Okay, so that's the first two paragraphs. Those are the two paragraphs from the choice that I made. And then the final paragraph here is built with space between. The children named the gaps before we did. Oh, the children are naming the streets!
It's anarchy!
These child gangs are getting too far! Alright, so let's see here. Somewhere warm, and we tell ourselves stories. So I see that we tell ourselves stories is a choice that I hadn't picked before, but we're gonna read both. So then everybody has like this nice synopsis going. All right, so settlement needs a heart. What do we build at our center? We build it practical first. A hearth, long tables, something on the fire by evening. I did not call it a tavern in the official record. Called it a community hall. Everyone called it the tavern. Because fuck what I want, right? I didn't want to call it a tavern. It was a community hall, but no, they called it a tavern. It's bullshit. But no, it's fine. Whatever. I'm not. It's not like I'm the governor or anything. The distinction stopped mattering within a week because I stopped fighting.
You just gave up.
I just gave up. People came to the community center with booze.
Exactly.
The BYOB community center. Kids drink for free. There's no laws out here.
That's right.
Bring your flask. It's good for your car. People came because it was warm and because other people were there. On the frontier, that is enough of a reason. But somewhere warm is something I would lean towards. I would lean towards that. Because, we need a sense of community, But we're explorers, okay? We're going to Lewis and Clark this and totally not get absolutely lost and be in over our heads.
It'll all be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. That rash, ignore it. Put some dirt on it. It's fine. It's fine. The argument against it was obvious. We have no actors, no scripts, no stage. The argument for it was shorter. We're at the edge of everything we know, and we need somewhere to pretend together that we are not. The first performance was 3 settlers reading from memory. Nobody remembered the same story. It didn't matter. The seats were full. So, I think no, we're letting kids name the streets. We're letting kids name the streets. No, we're allowed a little tomfoolery. We're allowed a little tomfoolery. Okay, we're gonna tell ourselves stories.
You gotta have somewhere to tell those stories you discover out when you explore, right?
Exactly. And now we have our town square. Cookie side.
Besides, you can bring your own booze to the theater too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because it's gonna be darker. Nobody's gonna see what you have, so they can't get jealous that you have higher end liquor. What do you mean it's a margarita? That's bullshit. I brought home my warm Budweiser. This sucks. Hey, welcome on in, Cookie Cyborg. Never seen a skeleton in a Hawaiian shirt before? Well, I'm glad that I'm the first that you've seen. I hope that I am adequate to the eyes. Probably also never seen a hermit crab with a skull for a shell before. Oh, I got my glasses. Thank you, thank you. Really appreciate that. I need them for all this reading. Cookies don't have eyes. Well, I mean, like, they do if they're the special cookies. I mean, come on, get those Pillsbury cookies. Just saying. I mean, like, you go and you get the ones that have the M&Ms in them. You know, M&M eyes. If popsicles can have eyes, cookies are allowed eyes. Let's see here. Chart everything, chart what matters. So I didn't do chart everything. I did chart what matters. But we are still going to read.
No, so you did neither one of these. I think they both should gleam. Yep, they're both gleaming because this is specific to the outpost you chose.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, they are both. Okay. To explore, how do we approach the cartography? The cartographer asked what she should prioritize. Everything, every path, every landmark, every water source, every ridge that might be a ridge, and every shadow that might be a valley. She said it would take time. Frontier changes. Then we chart it again. Then we have chart what matters. First draft was comprehensive. Precise. I asked her to mark the routes that would keep people alive tomorrow. We are not the Empire's cartographic bureau. We are a settlement that sends people into terrain no one has walked back from. The guild maps, what keeps our people coming home. Everything else is academic. She said some of the academic routes are beautiful. And we will walk them when we can afford to. You prefer to call them logarithmic chromatic visual sensor components. Oh, so this is the game We Were Here Before. And currently I have the developer being held by my hermit crab. The developer is Inkdrift. They're the sole developer, by the way. And we're currently playing, you know, their game, of course, and trying out some new routes. Ha! Soul developer.
I try to develop my soul, but so far it just hasn't stuck.
It hasn't stuck. It's okay. I'm developing souls as we speak. I'm kind of cooking them up. They're in my chest. It's okay.
Look, who knows what you'll find when you go out to explore?
Yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll find some souls for everybody. You know, just soul survivor, perhaps. Just perhaps, maybe. It'd be interesting to like find some random schmo just out in the frontier. They're like, yeah, I've been living here. I don't. Why are you guys out here? This isn't uncharted territory. I have a map right here. Like I've been walking these streets, and your kids keep naming them, and I don't know why.
It's very confusing.
You might need a soul developer. That's fair. I think you should. I think everybody needs a soul developer. I feel like that also delves into like a religious aspect.
It's the New Age priest, soul developers.
Oh my god, yeah. It's the New Age. It's okay. It's okay. You need a soul merchant? That's alright. I guess that comes with like the whole selling your soul type dealie. I got mine on clearance.
I think that's called the devil, right?
Yeah, you know, I think that is. I mean, like, I remember when I was a little kid and I lost my Bionicle. I lost my Toa Liwa. Like the original Bionicle. I lost him, and I was so upset. I remember laying in my bed, and I proceeded to be like, God, if you can't give me my Bionicle, I will give my soul to the devil. And like, I found my Bionicle the next day. And I'm like, I don't know whether or not it was either God or the devil that gave me my Bionicle, but I was grateful. Oh, Giratina will be fine. Giratina is fine. So let's see here. So I think in terms of cartography...
Summon more minions, sire!
Oh, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Pastaways. Hoping your time on the frontier. We're not on my beaches of Kuniahi. I'm a funny skeleton. Thank you. Thank you. I find myself quite humorous. Let's see. And for those of you that don't know, that's a funny bone. And when you really boil it down, you get a laughing stock. I think chart everything makes the most sense. We're on the frontier. We're trying to learn as much as possible in terms of like exploring. If we chart everything, then we will have a proper, comprehensive map. I'm gonna go chart everything. You have 3
That
pennies?
is a great plan.
Yes, the Cartography Guild.
I think it's nickels these days, right? Pennies have been retired. You gotta account for inflation.
Oh shit!
You need to collect nickels.
I accidentally put the fragment there. My bad.
Oh yeah, the overlap is a little generous, isn't it?
A little bit. A little bit. Sounds like you need to be incentivized, CC. You have 3 pennies? Hell yeah. That's what matters. So there's my other fragment. Boom. I'm going to have that clear over here next to my head. And we got the
Don't get it too. You don't want to build foundations yet.
Yeah, I need to keep it away from like from the manor. It's like in the town square. You're too European. That's fair. A drought that is a drought. Okay, let's see here. So a fragment. An expedition left this morning. I watched from the gate. The settlement watched from wherever they were. Nobody made a ceremony of it. They just simply left. Packs on backs, a scout at the front, the gate closing behind them in the ordinary way gates close. I went back to work. I'm the governor. That's what I do. I sit in my office and I postulate. I've been finding reasons to walk past the gate since. Not to check, just to know it's still there. We're charting everything. I need to make sure the gate's there.
That's right. That's your own little personal assignment.
I was like, I just need to know it's there. I can't go crazy. The sun sets differently every day. What's my favorite food? My favorite food is buttermilk pie.
Buttermilk pie? I don't think I've ever had that.
Yeah, buttermilk pie. It's very cheesecake-like.
Okay.
And it's very sweet. Super. It's like no better way to have it. I see what you did there. Spare ribs. That's a skeleton's favorite snack. Nah, it can't be spaghetti. Can't be spaghetti. So let's see here. Yeah, buttermilk pie is essentially it's like pancakes. It's essentially like just a pancake pie.
Okay.
If you really wanted to go and have it. Like, oh, how do I eat? Oh no, I don't. It goes straight to my hips. Mainly because it falls straight down in there. Alright, the patient ones. They've been camped at the settlement's edge for 3 days. They have not been approached. Well, they have not approached. They have not caused trouble. They are simply waiting. One of our workers recognized their leader. She can't explain from where. Cookie Cyborg, I will say I don't have a single dishonest bone in my body. See, so partner. They know things they should not know. The date of our charter, the names of those who did not survive the crossing. They said these things quietly. The way you mentioned something you have known for a long time. I've been thinking about it for 2 days. Whatever they are not lying. Whatever they want, they are willing to wait for it. We have decided that a settlement that refuses all trade refuses its own survival. I'm going to meet with their leader. I am going to bring a diplomat. I am going to be very careful about what I agree to. I've told myself that twice now. Sever. Settlement has procedures for this. Unauthorized encampments within... hold Unauthorized encampments within the frontier boundary. We have filed the correct notices. We have given the correct period for compliance. They have been calm about it. That is the part I keep returning to. They received the documentation without reading it. They thanked the administrator who delivered it. They said they understood. They said they would be ready to leave when the time came, not when we asked. When the time came, I've told myself that is a translation issue. We will escort them to the boundary in the morning. Oh, any magical powers? I do actually have runes that make people tired when they're near me. Makes it to where people around me can't feel pain. Physical reinforcement and weakening runes. I weaken the healing and regeneration of others, as well as absorb magic around me. Yeah, I have runes on my bones. Because I think Scrimshaw is awesome. Because also I used to be a skeletal commander, a platoon commander. All right, so wait. We are not going to engage with them. We are not going to escalate. They have been here 3 days without incident. We will give it 3 more. The frontier attracts strange travelers. Most of them move on. We have assigned 2 workers to observe from a distance. Not to approach, not to report unless something changes. Just to watch. They have not moved their camp. They have not approached. One of them waved at the workers this morning in a friendly way. As if they expected to be watched. Yeah, we're giving it 3 more days. Oh, what's the most important rune? The removal of pain rune. That's the most important one. Because it makes it to where anybody that's near me, they don't feel pain, which means that they don't know if they're hurt. It also makes it to where they can't tell if they're overextending their muscles, because lactic acid makes it to where you understand that your muscles are actually starting to strain. If you don't feel pain at all, you don't feel the lactic acid in your muscles, and then you'll break your arms and your legs. You can even break your back and neck. Yeah. What about myself? I don't feel pain. I'm a skeleton. I have no nerves. The intake register was found open. Okay, so let's see here. I think that really we should partner with them. It makes the most sense to partner with them. They've been here. They know a lot of our stuff. I'm not going to give you all 206 bones. I can't do that. But I do have spare bones. I can give you the whole entire trunk for that. Also, welcome in, Turtle Sages. And yes, I absorb magic. I'm going to go and partner with them. Because I think partner makes the most sense. Yeah, so magic that's cast near me, what it does is if it is of a certain level, it gets absorbed into me. Otherwise, it weakens. No, I cannot get bonitis or osteoporosis. I'm immune.
That's very useful for you, right?
I mean, I can also replace the bones too, because I can always just do that.
when someone next to you snaps their arm off because they don't feel pain,
yeah,
you just take that and plug it in, right?
Yeah, it's plug it. I'm like a bionicle. This is what I am. I'm a bionicle. Yeah, I can replace the bones. I do have spare ribs, but that's why I don't eat them. All right, so let's see here. A truth. Let's see here. The meeting lasted 2 hours. The diplomat returned with a written arrangement. Fair terms, specific goods, genuine knowledge of the frontier we do not have before. I read it twice. I would spare ribs. I could find nothing wrong with it. The diplomat presented it without comment. She's good at her work. I'm kind of reading this in like a Donald Trump cadence. I just realized that.
You have gone that way.
She's the best cartographer.
Yeah. They came to me with tears in their eyes.
They came to me with tears, the biggest tears, crocodile tears. I told him to be quiet. I told him to keep writing. He sat across from me while I read and waited without impatience. I'm a very patient person, super impatient. I'm super patient. I have the best patience. I have people tell me the
I'm
bureaus
the
told
most
me,
patient person I know.
I'm the most patient person they know. I'm trying to remember if she was always this patient. I have signed the arrangement. The terms are good. I keep reading them. Oh yeah, Moonlight's another skeleton VTuber. They're a Skelesister of mine. No, that's fair. That's fair, Turtle. Let's see. This is the option there, and then okay. So that's okay. All right. So I'm gonna have it to where I'm gonna put the truth on here. Not approach, not cause trouble. They're waiting. Oh God, that's a lot of love. Thank you. By the way, I've noticed this. So why is it that these ones snap to the fragments here?
Yeah, so all of the cards will snap to each other, so you can overlay them. Which so a little bit of behind the scenes, right? When I very first made this, there were more crafting elements, but it took away from the time to read, so I moved away from that. But because when I was first doing that, you had a lot more cards on the table, and organization was a bit of a mess. So adding in that sort of snap to overlap, right? Like you would like when you're playing solitaire or something like that.
Okay. So let's see here. All right, so we're now at this stage. So we have invite. The arrangement is working. The goods are real. The knowledge is real. I've read the terms again. Those are real too. I still cannot find anything wrong with them. Oh, skeletons do sleep. We rest in peace. Their leader has asked carefully whether there's like a break there. Like whether there is, space within the settlement for a permanent presence. A building, a gathering place. We do! People call it a tavern. I wanted it to be a community hall, but no, they keep drinking. Can't believe it. So, for those who wish to come to... I've been thinking about the word wish. They did not say need. They did not say require. They said wish. I have drafted the permit. The location is reasonable. The paperwork is in order. I keep thinking about the word wish. God darn genies out in the out on the outskirts of my little settlement. We're just trying to explore these genies. They're saying wishes, and I don't like that. I'm not a fan. Alright, trade outside. The arrangement holds. It will continue to hold. But they stay outside the boundary. That is the condition I would not move on. Their leader accepted it without argument. She seemed, if anything, unsurprised. The diplomat handles the exchanges now. She goes out twice a week. Usually on her daily walks. And, she returns with what was agreed. She's efficient, reliable. She stopped asking questions about them. I noticed that recently. I'm not certain when she stopped. I've decided the arrangement is working. I just keep deciding on that. This was done. Skeleton was commander of the deck? Hell yeah. Skeleton commanders are the best commanders. Alright, so... how I see it, I don't have an issue with them being invited in. I think it'd be nice to have them here, really, like, because we're exploring. Exploration, in and of itself, also means being able to interact with the peoples of the region. I know that there's the science outpost, but that's more like kind of figuring out how the area works, what's happening in the area. That's the kind of charting the scientific procedures of everything that we're exploring. Exploring means also interacting with the locals, and I think having them close to us works. And I think that's a great way for us to go and like learn more about their culture. So I'm gonna say invite. I'm gonna say invite. I'm inviting.
Right? I love it.
Now let's look over here. So we have the difficult, brilliant one. Bureau's noted this. All right, so we're gonna go and move. We're gonna move these all the way over here so then people can read them. Actually, I'm gonna move them down here because it's not like they're gonna change anything. Oh, okay, so formalize. Formalize. One worker produces more than anyone else in the settlement. They're also the reason 3 other workers have requested reassignment. They're not cruel, they're not aware, they simply operate at a frequency the settlement finds hard to live next to. I must decide how to hold this. We create a structure around their role, official, documented, contained. A settlement that reaches for bureaucratic solutions to human problems looks orderly from the outside. Mediate. One worker produces... Oh yeah, that I already read that paragraph. We bring them into the conversation. Make the cost visible. Ask them to carry it differently. Someone who learns to see themselves through others' eyes starts seeing other things too. And then accommodate. We build around them. Protect the output. Manage the friction quietly. A settlement that protects its most singular minds creates conditions where those minds go somewhere else eventually. What's the worst part about being a skeleton? Actually, this is the best thing ever because I don't have to eat. I don't have to necessarily sleep that much. I don't have to worry about any of the woes of being alive. I was also never a person. I was put together from the parts of other people. I'm the best of everybody, which means that I'm the best. So I have no issues with being a skeleton. So let's see here. I'm going to say mediate. I did formalize last time because it made sense for me to just have that as, like, no, we'll make it an official position and then they're aware. But doing mediate, at least they're being made aware of it, and I think that it would work in this regard. I think it would work in this regard. So I'm gonna say mediate. No, that policy's moving all the way over there. Oh, yes, true. You do have to rest. I checked that I am still glad it finished with us. All the text is like overlapping. Oh, why would I want to be better? I'm always great. All right, so let's see the answer. The building went up in 3 weeks. They did the work themselves. We provided the materials. That was in the arrangement. I remember signing that part. It's a good building. Well-made, modest, warm-looking. 7 workers attend regularly now, 11 as of this week. They do not speak much about what happens inside because it's a cult. I'm just gonna say it, it's a cult. You know, I don't go in. Just because. It's, you know, that's their building. It's not my building, it's their building. You know, they built it, and then, you know, some of our workers just go in there now.
Yeah.
They get invited. I didn't get invited.
You have that gate to keep checking on, right?
Yeah, I have to keep checking the gate to make sure it's still there. It's still on the north. It's still the north gate. Still north gate. They still have like the remains of that camp there. They're still gonna take that down. That upsets me. It's all right. So when asked, they say we talk about memory. The diplomat attends also. Once again, I'm not invited. She does not mention it unless asked. When asked, she says it is worth thinking about. I've now been invited. I haven't gone. I keep finding reasons. I'm not certain the reasons are mine. Listen, okay? I've been invited, okay? But if I'm not checking on that gate...
You're a very busy person with very important things to do.
Like checking on that gate. That's like, you know,
exactly.
I'm the governor, and as such, I have to check on that gate. If I don't check on that gate, I mean, it's going to go away.
You also have all those streets keep renaming that those damn kids keep changing.
Exactly. Like we're going out of our way. Like we have to like catalog everything. We have to chart everything, which means we have to rechart these streets every single time. And know what? I mean, honestly, We should just let them run out into the frontier and just let whatever happens happens. You know, the animals got to eat too.
You've uncovered the secret of the frontier. It's nothing weird going on. It's just a gang of kids that roam around changing everything all the time.
It's like kids randomly showed up in the middle of our town. They don't belong to anybody. They just showed up and started renaming stuff. We kind of just accepted it. So let's see. I'm gonna put down the answer. I mean, like it's the one and only answer, of course. Of course. Now, let's look at this policy. Bring them into the conversation. Oh yeah, that's the two things. So like we now have policy. We could put this on that foundation. We have a fragment that we can do stuff with. I'm not going to. I'm gonna move that over here as well. You know, all my fragments.
Yeah.
Oh, they perfect. They stack on each other. That's great. We're gonna keep it that way. We're gonna see what happens from the patient. We're gonna see what happens with the patient. Okay, so place on a new district. So
if you remember, last time, when you drag that fragment of that policy onto a foundation, that's what creates the new district.
Okay, so if I were to drag it here, no. Oh yeah, the foundation.
No,
that's what it is.
Yeah, no. So you like grab that, grab the one of the fragments that you've already read.
So I'll grab.
And if you,
I'll grab this one.
Yeah, and if you drag it onto the foundation.
There we go. There's my district. And I can put the patient ones on.
Yeah.
I'll move that fragment over here. I got new fragments to read.
So one thing I did change based upon upon the onslaught of stuff that you got through your first playthrough was the timing of how they appear. So they're more paced along with the
hold on,
the story.
Hold on, wait. I was fucking right. They're a cult. They're a fucking cult. I'm justified. Fucking cult. I knew it.
And you invited them in.
I was being nice.
Exactly.
They bring organized religion into my exploration charter. Fucking cult. Damn Scientologists found my frontier town. Xenu ass motherfucker. You're gonna drink the flavor aid. You're gonna offer it to the kids. You're gonna harass people at airports. This is awful. I'm gonna read these fragments now. Let's see. So we have Settler received a letter from home. Read it twice, folded it carefully, put it away. Did not speak of it. Worked the rest of the day without incident. That evening, at the fire, they seemed lighter somehow. Not happy, exactly, just lighter. I noted that correspondence from the Empire costs something to send and something to receive. Both costs seem worth paying. Then we got this one. Settler arrived 3 weeks after the main group, alone. No explanation for the delay, no record of why they were separated from the others. They knew the names they should not have known yet, referred to buildings by the names we gave them after arrival. I assigned them quarters and did not file a formal inquiry. Some questions cost more to ask than to leave alone. They're going to join the cult. I know it. They're going to join it. They're going to wear white robes and they're going to chant.
Well, look, when you give them a choice between a cult or checking on a gate, I think the cult is the obvious choice.
I mean, of course, they're going to pick the cult every time. They're not going to be like, why's the governor checking on the gate? It's like, oh, don't worry about that. By the way, do you want to try some Flavor Aid and listen to some really shitty Spanish guitar playing? We're going to throw Frisbee later. Kuniahi is an island nation in my D&D campaign setting. That is what that is. So let's see here. We got these. We got these now. Let's see. So Reassign the talent misplaced. The settler has been doing their assigned work competently and without complaint. I've recently learned by accident that they have a different skill entirely, one the settlement badly needs, that they have not mentioned and have not been using. They are not hiding it, they simply were not asked. Well, I fucking asked, and they agreed immediately. There was something in their expression I've been thinking about since. It's jubilation, because they felt worthless. They're like, oh, I got a degree in political science and also in Northern European anthropology, and I never get the chance to use it. But I'm now on this frontier town, and guess what? They have the perfect position for me where I can use my Northern European anthropology and my political science degree. I have a career outside of Wendy's. Oh my god. Alright, sit with them first. I asked what they wanted to do. Nobody had asked before. The conversation took a long time. Yeah, because they have a degree in Northern European anthropology and political science. And then tell them what we need. We told them what the settlement needed. We told them the choice was theirs. We meant it. And that's going to go clear over here. I don't want them to have that choice. We know what they want. Honestly, I like the jubilation of they agreed immediately. They just like really wanted it. They were so happy. They were so happy. So we're just gonna reassign them. Here's our new policy. Boom. All right, so I think I can bear to take two of these, like one of these fragments, because I don't think I've done anything with it being like, here's a fragment first. Set that foundation. I'm gonna put a policy on top of it. And it's still a new district, but I don't know if that's gonna influence anything.
It does not.
It does not? Okay.
No.
Oh god, we got some strain. This is great. The settlement survey was updated this morning. The survey noted a foundation outline in the western quarter that does not correspond to any building currently standing or planned. When asked, she... Get that shit off my fucking... Get out of here. I'm reading.
How rude of it.
How rude. I'm gonna talk to the developer about this.
A complaint shall be filed and lodged under the right filing.
Exactly. The Bureau will hear about this. When asked, she said it appeared to be the remains of a previous structure. She labeled it on the map, the physician's final report, prior. I asked where she got the name. She said it was already on the marker stone. I went to look. There is a marker stone. I don't know why I thought she was a fucking liar. We've been charting everything under the sun. I don't know why she would lie. Anyways, it's been there for some time by the weathering. The settlement has been here for 11 weeks. Count them, 11 weeks. Oh, and I got a new fragment. Ooh, let me look at that. Someone built a fire at the edge of the settlement last night, not for warmth, not for light, just a fire. Because they're an arsonist. Piece of shit. Others came and sat around it without being asked. Oh, great. Now we got a homeless commune. That's great. We got a cult and a homeless commune. About midnight, there were 14 people sitting around a fire that had no official purpose. I watched from a distance and did not intervene. Some things do not need governance. That gate, though.
That gate needs all the governance.
If I'm not governing the gate, who is? Let's see here. No, I'm gonna ask this. So
Health sorted now.
apparently I need to go and drink water first. And stretch. Which coincidentally cracked my back. Alright, so we have the fragments, the strains, and the policies.
Yep.
Does it matter in what order I put them down to create new districts?
It does not. Or originally it did, but because all of the events you get are so random, I felt it would be a little punishing if they would create, if there would be bad outcomes from just what you happen to get. So there is no difference in what order you place them down.
Okay. Would you be coerced into having it to where that could be a level of challenge for somebody? Like maybe a different kind of game mode that applies if somebody wanted to do a different kind of run?
Yeah, I think that'd be interesting. Originally, that's part of what you did have to do, like the whole crafting. I don't know. Have you ever played Cultist Simulator? It's a great game. Loved it. Like no tutorial to it whatsoever, and was very, very like have to figure out what is going on
skateboarded
there.
off a cliff and turned into a pterodactyl. Christ!
Travis spoken.
Two bots banned back to back, voted off the island. They're voted out. Fucking cultists.
They're everywhere.
Oh my god, that was great. Dude, okay, so listen, I have it. Yeah, it's been 2 every night. Like, I have it to where Jeff Probst just bans people. Okay, off of my stream. Like, and Saribot will just, ban bots. Alright? And back to back. It's like, just honestly, that's me banishing 2 people. That's me exiling 2 people from
That's right.
from the frontier. I just fucking they lit too many fires.
They were screwing with your gate, and you just can't stand for that.
They woke me up in the middle of the night and told me the gate was not in the north and it was actually in the west. And I went to the west and the gate was not there. And I went to the north and it was there. And you know what? I had to banish them. I didn't deal with that type of tomfoolery on my goddamn frontier. But no, I would say it'd be interesting to have it as for these fragments, policies, and strains where let's just go and say, like, if you were to put down 2 strains, like, you might get, like, a negative building, which would give you, like, harder, like, harder things to, like, go through, like, harder junctions to, like, kind of maneuver through for, like, a little mission arc. But if you were able to complete that in a more adequate manner, like, it's like, hey, by the way, you got, like, what would be considered the best outcome from it, then you can, like, you'll get, like, more fragments out of it, like, fragments and policies out of it, and you can use those to, like, build things up to be a bit better.
Yep.
That kind of deal. I think that would be neat.
Yeah, that'd certainly be interesting. Have to think through how that would play out, right? But yeah, I do love, like, the still the concept of the card combining and that having different outcomes, right?
Yeah, because, like, maybe you can go and combine, like, a policy with a strain, and then, like, it turns it into a law.
Yeah.
Or, like, you combine fragments, and then it turns into an outline, maybe.
Yep.
Or, like, you combine 2 policies, and like, combining 2 policies, like, it turns it into, like, a doctrine. Or something, or a fragment in the policy might make, or a fragment in the strain could make like its own little, like, thing that you can add into a quest. So, like, like how I have the complaint here, after getting it to where it moves into the next step, like, maybe I can add, like, the fragment and strain combination into it, and it will it might generate, like, a new option. So, like, each one might have, like, its own hidden option if you have a fragment and a strain to combine, like, that kind of.
Yep.
But that's also me just kind of, like, saying it, like, out of the blue on my side as, like, to somebody playing it. Everything that I say, of course, take with a grain of salt. You're the developer, like, what you feel what you feel is the best direction for the game. Please feel free to do so.
Yeah.
But just for me, like, I know that a lot of people are probably going to want to go and play this game and be like, okay, so there's, like, a little bit of a challenge to it, like playing Frostpunk. Like, the
Yep.
difficult decisions of Frostpunk, or playing, like, I think it's Hearts of Iron. Like, playing Hearts of Iron, like, the difficult
Yeah.
decisions in that.
Yep.
So, like, something of that regard, being able to have that little bit of, like, you feel like you have a bit more control over, like, dealing with difficult situations. So there's that bit of a challenge, and then they might try, different runs, maybe even have, like, achievements tied to it, like never using a fragment, like never using fragments at all, or doing an entire run using only strains and making it like however many weeks using only strains. So, like, that would be something.
I will say, without giving it away, a little bit of what you said in there, in a way, is in the game in terms of what you use or don't use, and it can influence the choices you get for the ending.
Ooh. See, look at that. The game's intuitive. I figured it out. Like how the gate's in the north. That's where it's at. It's always been
That's
there.
exactly. Always been there.
It's always been there. It's always been there. I do wish I could combine them. The temptation's there every time.
Yep. It was so originally it was 2 fragments made of memory, 2 strains would auto complete into disorder, and so part of what I had was like again more of a fail state. But the problem I found with the fail state was because there was so much reading, and the fail state was more of a you had to feed Horizon and keep managing it. Like the taking time out to read just felt really anxiety producing in a bad way, if that makes sense.
No, what it could
and so that's
be,
why I moved away from sort of that sort of fail state anyway.
instead of it feeling like there's like, because I take it that felt from like, it's like, oh, there's a timer to it. Right?
Yep.
Instead of it being like that, you could have it to where instead of you like, because it could just be like, here's an amount that you have to feed Horizon. Not that you have a certain amount of time to feed it, that there's an amount that you have to feed it in order for you to get a new quest. So then it forces you to be like, do I make a new district and potentially get a new quest, or like, get like new decisions to make, or do I feed Horizon? So then now it's like you're feeding the beast of the frontier, or you are trying to grow for the government that you're working for, the government agency that you're working for.
Yep. There is, and I know you found it in your first playthrough, and we can dig in a little bit more when you get back to that point, which I think is around the start of the 3rd arc. Because you once you have your town built out, you still keep getting fragments and strain and so on and so forth, and you can feed those into different districts.
Yeah.
And that does have an impact. It's not immediately clear, but we can once you start to flesh some of those out, we can dive into that a little bit, and I can give you a couple hints there.
Okay, that works. So let's see here. No, I'm just gonna go and start like making a little bit over here. I'm gonna go move this other. I'm gonna move the strain onto that foundation. Just do that. I'm not gonna build these 2 yet. I'm gonna leave these 2 blank. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna even move this fragment and this policy over here because I like them. They're mine.
Yeah.
And then move all these here. So we have the complaint. A formal complaint has been filed. Vermin in the eastern residential quarter. It's not near my gate, so I'm happy with that. Specifically, raccoons. 4 of them by the complainant's account. Possibly more. Getting into the grain store, into the tool shed, and the things that should not be gotten into. The complainant would like them removed. I know this family. Not the one filing the complaint. The one it is about. They've been a difficult matter for longer than the raccoons have been here. The raccoons belong to their youngest. I use that word loosely. She has named them because she's a child, and they keep naming the streets, and they ran out of names, so now she's naming raccoons. She's 8 years old. That's the ripe age of no longer being allowed to name streets, so you name animals. She does not know I'm reading this complaint. I don't know why she would. I don't know how an 8-year-old is privy to what the governor's reading. She does not know the complaint exists. Once again, I don't know why she would. I don't know what heartless monster is going to tell a child, hey, I filed a complaint against you. That's so fucked up, by the way.
And yet there are people out there that would 100% do that.
They would be in Kmart and they'd be like, listen here, you little shit. I saw what you did at CC's Pizza. Yeah, I saw what you did, okay? Yeah, I filed a complaint against you. Yeah, I'm gonna sue the shit out of you.
Yeah. I am on the phone with the police right now.
They're gonna mace you, child. Alright, she has named them and she feeds them, and she does not know any of the rest of it. I've been sitting with this filing for an hour. This is a situation where I could be like, fuck these kids. I can finally get back at them for renaming everything.
You totally can.
Alright, so I can visit. Everyone knows that's fucked up too. That's the particular thing about this family. Everyone knows and no one can prove it because he files correctly and he records carefully. And when the widow, because there's a widow now, came to this office, there was nothing I could hold against what he filed. Nothing I could dispute. She knew it, I knew it, he knew we knew it, he filed it correctly. The raccoons are the first thing in 3 years that have arrived in my hands before they arrived in his. I'm gonna go to that house. About the raccoons. I'm gonna ask about the grain store, the tool shed, where the family understands that a complaint has been filed. We'll both know about the conversation is about. Like, we'll know. None of us will say it. The girl named them. I'm using that. The woman had a name too. The fact that's like, hey, by the way, the girl named the raccoons. By the way, also the widow has a name. Just saying. The widow has a name. She has a name. Don't really give that much of a shit about her. I just care about these raccoons and the little girl.
You think the family knows the widow's name?
Nah.
No.
I'm gonna hold both of those and see which one I can live with. Okay. Tolerate. The frontier does enough. It asks enough of us. It shows us enough that we have no name for. And sends us enough that cannot be filed correctly. The raccoons are not any of that. They're a pest, a known one. Something I recognize from before I came here. Something that needs no referral. The settlement can accommodate something that is simply ordinary in the ordinary direction. I'm also choosing the girl. I want to be honest about that. Both things are true. Sweet Lord. Okay, hold on. Remove. The complaint is legitimate. There is there's a grain store being gotten into. There is a tool shed. These are real problems with a real cause, and the cause can be addressed. I'm not going to pretend otherwise because of who lives in that house. I am not also going to pretend otherwise because of the cultists either.
Just give the raccoons to the cultists.
Yeah,
They'll take care of everything.
Exactly. Just let it be their messiah. I don't know. The family and the raccoons are separate matters, to be honest. I'm going to treat them as separate matters. The girl named them. That is not a governance concern. I'm going to treat it as not a governance concern. I find I'm repeating myself. All right. Could be 100%. I think it's great. It's like the governor just pays a visit. It's like, hey, by the way, a complaint's been filed against your child.
Yeah.
Just to be like, I just want to make you aware. Your kid had a complaint filed against them. Oh, wait, no, I did that last time. Shit. Yeah, I visited. Shit. Okay, hold on.
What I love is I remember the last time you visited, your rationale was, I'm just going to visit them and see what's going on, not, I'm going to get that damn kid.
Yeah.
She's going down.
No, fuck it. I did it once. I'll do it again. Fuck this kid. I'm gonna feel like you're an asshole, child. I'm just gonna make them aware. I feel like it's fair to make them aware. We got 8 clips from this stream, and some of them are probably me saying, fuck that kid, and I hate these cultists.
No one could ever take that out of context.
Can't take it out of context now. Leo just made another one. by laughing in chat. That's what I love about StreamerBot. Like, me setting it up so then, like, it just reads chat. And it'll see, like, the emote syntax and be like, oh, time for me to make a clip. And it'll just make, like, a 30-second clip. All right, let's see here. Truth. Oh, Christ. This is a big one. This is a big one. Hold on.
Yeah, I have a problem sometimes with too much words.
Oh, no, it's
I
all
even went
good.
through and trimmed a lot of these.
I will say it taking up most of the screen is a bit much. It's a bit daunting. But also, like, how I'm reading it makes it to where I'm being entertained as well. I'm laughing. Hold on, let's see. The visit happened, the conversation happened, the kid got scolded and sent to their office. I don't know. I asked about the grain store and the tool shed, whether the family understood that a complaint had been filed. Yeah, he understood. He didn't say much. He said very little. He listened the way a person listens when they're already deciding what to file. 3 days later, formal complaint. Harassment by the governor's office.
That son of a bitch.
Fuck your kid, and fuck you too. Unwarranted pressure regarding a civil matter, filed correctly. Cross-reference to the original raccoon complaint. To the counter concern about surveillance. He has been building a record. He was building it before I arrived. I sat with the complaint for an hour. The raccoons are still there. She still feeds them. She was not home when I visited. He made sure of that. I've been thinking about that. He knows about the girl. He filed his complaint the day she wasn't home, so I would understand that he knows. The widow has filed nothing. She never files anything. Fucking bitch.
That's why she doesn't have a name anymore.
That
She
was-
never filed for it.
But yeah, she never filed for her name. Wow. That's the whole problem. That's always been the whole problem. Fuck, man. There you go. I can't believe it. All right, so let's see here. We got these now. The settlement needs a place to speak. How's it run? The settlement has outgrown my doorstep. A hearing was held in the street last week. There was nowhere else. People are asking where official things happen now. Motherfucker, we got a town square. That's where you go. You want something official?
That's
you go
the
to my
theater,
place.
remember? You can't just go and start talking at the theater.
Make a play out of it. Fuck.
All of your policies must be delivered through monologues at the theater.
Give me a monologue and be dramatic about it. If you're not dramatic about it, I'm not filing it. Not just hearings, not just disputes. The meal after a hard week. The celebration when something goes right. The gathering when someone is lost. I will be there for all of it. That is what this place is for. That is what I am here for. But we have a community hall that you turned into a fucking theater, okay? Maybe if you used it as a community hall. Assholes. Fucking bullshit. All right, let's see here. Open debate. Open debate. If something strange happened at the boundary, I want to hear it said out loud in front of everyone. Not filed quietly and forgotten like I want. Not managed into something smaller, also like I want. The settlement deserves to hear what the settlement is living with. This is where that happens. And if you complain about raccoons, you were to be at this location. And bring the little girl too. I need her to hear this.
You're giving a 2-hour oratory statement about the 8-year-old little girl.
Here's my TED
and the
talk about
sin
why
she has
children aren't
committed.
allowed to name shit. They're harboring raccoons in the tool shed. They're feeding them from the grain store. All right, here we go. Business as normal. We're on the frontier, and that is not a reason to do things differently. Proper hearings, proper procedure. What happens out there stays out there. In here, we conduct ourselves as if we are exactly what we came here to be. I intend to keep it that way. No, hold on. I like open
it's
debate. Like,
It's the anti-Vegas. Business is normal.
Open debate allows me to yell at a child. I like. But again, for all things, allows for more than me yelling at a child.
That's true.
It's all encompassing. Let me do that. Oh. I'm gonna set that right there. Place on a new district. Well, that can wait. Because I got the complaint. Press it. The record he has built is real. It is also incomplete. But he has filed what serves him. He has not filed what doesn't. There are others who could file. There are patterns that can be documented if someone asks the right questions to the right people in the right order. The widow won't file. Fucking bitch. Stop asking the widow to file. But the widow's not the only one who knows what this family is. I'm going to make the record more complete. Carefully. Correctly. Because I'm the governor. The way he does it, he will see it coming. He's going to file on every step. I'm going to file on every step. We are both going to be very correct about it. At the end, there will be enough for the Empire to have an opinion. The girl will not know what her father is until she's old enough to find the record. Well, hold on. Like, apparently she's able to be privy to my shit, so... I think 8 years old is apparently old enough to start prying. That is not nothing. That is the most I could do and the least she deserves. I wrote this. I don't remember writing it. I chose to make it known. That sounds like me being super petty.
So this was the choice you made last time, if you notice.
I'm still gonna do it. Alright, hold. I'm not going to move. He knows I know. I know he knows I know. The complaint is filed. My visit is in the record. His counter record exists. Mine exists. Neither of us has what we need to make the other move first. That is a kind of balance. I've been trying to decide if it's the right kind. The widow's not filing. She won't file. She's protected in the way his standard still protects you. She's not fully and not without cause, and only for as long as nothing changes. I can put a lampshade on her and nobody would be able to tell the difference between her and a fucking floor lamp. The girl's feeding her raccoon still. I've been paying a lot of attention to that. I've been paying more attention to this girl and her raccoons in the fucking North Gate. She does not know she is the reason neither of us is moving. She do not want to know that. I'm going to hold this, watch the record, and be very still, and hope that's still enough. No, fuck it. I'm pressing the issue.
Well, you don't want to treat the issue like a T-Rex?
No!
It hunts by movement.
I can't do that. I can't.
I have to say, I ended up writing this one very late one night, and like as far as like the most enjoyment out of the absurdity of the situation, it was my favorite to write.
Like, this motherfucker keeps filing. This little girl's feeding fucking raccoons. She's not aware of any of this stuff. I visited to make sure she'd be made aware. The dad's like, yeah, fucking whatever. Settlement, remember, is all big black letters now. All right, we got an answer. Hold on. we got an answer, ladies and germs. My vertebrate brothers, my skeleton sisters, and my non-bonary pals. It took 4 months. The record I built is correct. Every piece of it sourced, dated, witnessed. I got witnesses, motherfucker. The Empire reviewed the filing. The family has been formally recalled to answer questions about their conduct before an Imperial Commission because fuck that family. Father came to the office the day the notice arrived. He did not file anything. He looked at me for a long time. He said nothing. He left. But guess what? I won the staring contest. The widow came to me 2 days later. She said they are leaving next month. She said it without inflection, like weather. She said she doesn't know yet. She asked if anything could be done for the raccoons. I told her I would see to it. She thanked me. Bitch. I've been thinking about that thank you. The widow thanked me for something I did after I did what I came to that office to undo. The record's correct. The Empire has its filing. The girl doesn't know yet. I see to the raccoons now. I had to adopt those fucking things. I have not told anybody. I don't intend to. They're mine now.
To the victor goes the spoils.
I still lost. I still fucking lost. I got like 8 raccoons. I gotta feed them. I stationed them at the north gate.
They're like your guards.
There we go. I was here. It says it right there. Another fragment. What does this fragment say? The archivist completed the first full census. Every name, every role, every date of arrival, every raccoon, every gate. She presented it to me with something close to pride. I held it for a long time. 412 people. They didn't count the raccoons. That's
Nope.
420. Each one a decision to come here. Each one a life staked on the premise that this place would still exist when they needed it to. I signed the cover page and did not say what I was thinking. All right, we got our complaint.
We all know you were thinking about those raccoons.
Those raccoons are living rent-free in my fucking mind. It's like a grain
The
store.
raccoons are like your answer to the cult. You just collected your own little gathering.
I have my own cult of raccoons. That's what it is. I have a trash cult. They worship Danny DeVito. The settler planted something in the soil that was not theirs to plant in. A small thing, practical, they said, for the kitchen.
You can control more minions.
Iconic Werida. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Pastaways. I hope you enjoyed your time on the beach, out here on the frontier. All right, let's see here. I did not record it as a formal land claim. Recorded as a kitchen garden. The distinction felt important at the time, less so now. The plants are growing. The frontier is not objected yet. Jesus Christ.
Just wait till those raccoons find it.
Yeah, the raccoons are going to find their oregano plant and just eat it. Let's see here. I'm going to turn the complaint. I'm going to, honestly, fuck it. I got the cultists on my right. On the left goes the complaint. Why the hell not? Right? All right, we got public ceremony.
Oh yeah, did you ever hover over and read the cultist shrine? I forget if we did or not. It usually has a little more information.
Okay, let's see here. The filed exercise yard. Exercise on my right. They hate this fucking series of raccoons. Oh, the children are here, huh?
The children.
All right, the cultist shrine. No one asked them to come. They arrived at the third supply caravan. They filed the correct paperwork. They have filed every piece of paperwork correctly since. That is, in retrospect, where we should have noticed. It sits at the edge of the settlement quarter, a good building, well made. People go in the evenings, more each week. I've been invited many times. I keep finding reasons not to go. I'm not certain the reasons are mine. Yeah, I don't want to go. This is fucking cult.
They don't allow raccoons in there, that's why.
Is it really the raccoons that are the problem? Oh yeah, hold on. Like, yeah, I should read some of these. Hold on. I read the Governor's Manor. Town Square, I don't think I read. Thank you for the love, Leo. First performance had no script. The scripts. Oh no, I did read that one. Okay. Cartography Guild. The Thorough Guild chart everything. Yep. So that included like a lot of our stuff, and then we have this one.
Yeah, I need to trim the filed exercise yard down. It hasn't gone through its revisions yet.
The settlement needed somewhere for ordinary things, a large open space, gravel and tamped to earth. People walk their animals here in the morning. I have my 8 raccoons on leashes. Children use the eastern corner after the midday shift. In the evenings, it fills and empties without ceremony. Hush, Galia! The way places do when they belong to everyone and no one has to ask permission. It was not built for anything specific. That is what makes it useful. That is what makes it the governor's problem sometimes. That's why I put it next to my fucking building. Ordinary things happen in plain view, require nothing, belonging to no fire. Oh, how am I doing? I'm doing really well. I'm giving everybody a big old first look at We Were Here Before. And I actually have the developer on my shoulder. Jimothy's holding him.
I am that lovely cured salami right there.
The developer is cured.
Yeah.
They are well seasoned.
Nice!
I just love the nice. I come before anyone else does. What?
You're not first, you're last.
If I ain't first, I gotta Ricky Bobby this shit. In those minutes, the yard is mine. In a way, it is not mine later. I know their names. I learned them from the widow. We learned them from the girl who's somewhere else now. Fuck that. I don't know the widow's name. Yeah, We Were Here Before. I actually have it pinned. It's a very narrative-focused game.
It's a game all about making choices as a governor on the frontier and what you leave behind.
You actually deal with some of the remnants of like your prior playthroughs.
Yep.
Let's see, I learned them from the widow, who learned them from the girl, who is somewhere else now. The yard fills by the time I leave. I walk through it on my way to the administrative quarter, and I think about 31 pages of correct paperwork and 4 animals before the shift. I find I do not need to reconcile those two things. They sit beside each other without my help. That's enough. Bam. Okay, so this is all new. The one who did not come back. Well, thank you for passing on by, Hatter. The expedition returned one portion short. The scout's debrief is complete and accounts for the absence without drama, without evasion. The frontier is large. This happens. The settlement is waiting to see how I mark it. We stopped. We said their name. We did not pretend the frontier had not taken something. We filed a complete account. Their name, their role, the date. The record holds them now. I asked that motherfucker to tell me about them, not to debrief them. I need that fucking name. She stayed for 2 hours. Fuck cried about it. None of us went back to work afterward to check on the gate. Honestly, I think a public ceremony is in order. And like having everything like be very strict and like by the book is it's gonna wear the exploration down. So me having it to where we do a proper ceremony shows the level of tact that's necessary for this. So I'm gonna say a public ceremony. Yeah, I got memory. I got memory. Look at that. So let's see here. Let's move this all the way over here. The expedition returned one portion short. Oh yeah, no, I already. This is the prior paragraph that I read. For all things, I have a new district down here. For all things can be put onto it. I'm gonna place it on here. It's a legacy district. Oh, you're old now? Yeah, you've been here for 30 streams. Holy shit. We got another fragment. No more fragments over here. Someone was singing while they worked today, an old song from before. Others joined without thinking about it. The way you join a song when you know it well enough, the joining requires no decision. They were singing Bohemian Rhapsody. By the afternoon, half the settlement knew the words again to Bohemian Rhapsody. I do not know where the song came from originally, Queen. It does not matter. It is ours now. New Queen. Oh, they're remembering. The remembering G.
G, yes.
We got another fragment. I'm collecting all this shit. Holy shit. 2 settlers argued loudly about something trivial. The specific subject is not worth recording. What is worth recording is that they argued in the way people argue when they feel safe enough to argue, when they do not need to conserve energy for actual threats. I listened from the next room and felt unexpectedly reassured because I'm an eavesdropping piece of shit. And am I gonna visit them? No, there's no raccoons involved.
No.
All right, so the remembering. She came to City Hall this morning, not to complain, not to demand. She came to ask if anyone else remembered her daughter. No one does. She does not believe us. Is that fucking little girl? Is it? Now let's investigate. Okay, hold on. We will begin with the archives, birth records, crossing manifests, settlement census. If the child existed, there will be a record. She probably named something. If there is no record, there are other explanations. The physician has agreed to conduct an assessment. We simply need to know what is true before we can help her. Then there's witness. Udall. She sat in the chair across from my desk for 2 hours. I asked her name, her daughter's name, what she liked to eat, whether she was afraid of the dark, whether or not she has a predisposition towards raccoons and tool sheds. She answered every question. I did not tell her we would find the child. I did not tell her there was nothing to find. I stayed until she was ready to leave. That is all I could give her. I think it may have been enough. I'm not certain. Not gonna lie, witness is such a dismissive thing. I feel like I'm an actual, like... God,
So is it though? I mean, you sat with her for hours, right? Letting her just get everything off of her chest.
Yeah, I just, like, it feels dismissive.
You have gates to check and raccoons to feed.
It's like, I mean, like, I'm looking at it. It's like, listen, I'm going to listen to you for, like, the longest period of time so I don't have to file paperwork. And then once you leave, I'm going to do nothing about it. I just think that you wanted to come to somebody to complain. Like, that's it. Like, you had something on your chest, you wanted to get it off, and now you're leaving. Like, that's how I feel. I actually specifically feel like it's being in New York City and going to a private eye and telling them that an adult went missing, they're your best friend, and you're wondering where they went, and the private eye is going to be like, yeah, I'll go look for them. Don't worry about it. So it's free of charge. It's like, oh, thank you so much. And then once they leave, it's like, I'm not going to fucking look for them. I have to get paid for this. No. Like, fucking crazy. They're an adult. They'll turn up. And then it turns out, like, something worse happened maybe. Or they just ended up sleeping on a train. I don't know. Now they're in, like, fucking Albuquerque.
Well, I will have to tweak it a little bit. It's supposed to be more of a choice of the empathic route or the very formal route, right? Because there is no record of the kid, right? I hover over the remembering again because I think it says...
Yeah, no one remembers her.
Yeah.
But this lady doesn't believe us.
Yeah.
And it's like, if there's, and like, we're not saying there's not a record, at least an investigate. It's like, no, there has to be a record if they do exist.
Has to be.
And then meanwhile, like, for witness, it's like, listen, just tell me about the kid. I'm not going to tell you that we're going to find them. I'm not going to tell you that there's going to be anything to find. I'm going to stay until you leave. And once you're gone, we're good.
I mean, the alternative is you can be like the cop on the shows where you always promise, by God, you're going to bring that kid back alive.
That is something that bugs me. Like, so I recently watched the latest episode of The Rookie, which has Nathan Fillion in it, for those of you that don't know, and Nathan Fillion's from Firefly. He was also Green Lantern in the Superman movie, so that was awesome too. But anyways, with that being said, in The Rookie, they explain, like, you never make promises. You never make promises, because apparently that's bad luck.
Yep.
So, I can't promise her anything. Here's the thing, like, this kid, honestly, I think we're out here exploring. The most that we could do is just witness. The
kid's probably just off on a street that they renamed, and now no one knows where they're at.
Because we're trying to rechart it, like, they're just out there living their best life. So we're just gonna witness. Meanwhile, Civic Forum. Hearings, disputes, meals, celebrations, funerals, silences. I was there for all of them. Not because I was required, because I was a governor. The room smelled different every time. I learned what the settlement sounded like when it was honest. All right, so I have all these. I have 4 Hold on, here's my fragments. I have 5 fragments of memory and a policy. I'm hoarding that shit.
You are a collector.
Achievement unlocked. Have like 10 fragments. Like have 10 fragments without using them. We got a truth. She talked for 2 hours. I wrote nothing down because I did not give a shit.
There were no raccoons in this story at all.
I held no interest. Near the end, a clerk appeared in the doorway. She had not knocked. She stood there with her hand on the frame and said, "I know that name." She could not say from where. She had no children. She had never met this woman. We sat together, the 3 of us, until the light changed. None of us spoke again. I'm not sure what we were waiting for.
You were just in that awkward moment where you wanted to leave, but no one was getting up, and
It's like, just do an Irish goodbye. Just stand up and go. No, we sat there in silence. It's the most quiet I had in years. Oh, I got a mirror now? Oh my god. All this up here. Alright, enter it into the record. The administrator has filed a report. A routine assessment of my recent decisions. It is thorough, fair, and accurate. It describes me in terms I would not have used for myself. Bullshit! I feel like I'd be able to describe myself very accurately. Not unkind terms, just precise ones. I must decide what to do with an honest account of myself. It is in the archive now, alongside everything else. Listen, I feel as if whatever it is correct. I read it 4 times. I'm not sure I disagreed with any of it. That was the problem. Then we got this one. Write it back. Well, write back. All right. I wrote a response. Measured. The kind of letter you write when you want to argue and have decided not to. Listen. Read it again, Tony. To be honest,
it's like those emails you compose where I think you'll see if you go back and read what I said.
As per my last email,
Yes.
I'm gonna read that shit again. Give me that memory. I got 2 memories now. All right, they're remembering. Okay, so let's see here. Mourn. We do not organize anything. They're wondering about that child went missing. Not realizing everyone had already left the party. Yeah, I know, right? Perchance. We did not organize anything. Word passed the way word passes. By evening, there were candles on the steps of City Hall. I didn't ask anyone to bring them. That's a fire hazard.
These people and their goddamn open
They're
flames.
lighting fires. We got a cult. There's raccoons everywhere. There's people out late at night in the fucking yard. Children are going missing. What the fuck? I sat outside until late. Others came and went. Workers who should have been elsewhere stayed anyway. Because, fuck productivity, right? The fragments of an ordinary evening offered against an extraordinary loss. We held what we could not prove. We let it matter anyway. Fair. Oh, we're going to sing Bohemian Rhapsody. Boom. Let's go. All right. So it began with her, a low sound, not quite a melody. Something you sing to a child in the dark. Someone else knew it. Then someone else. We had not planned for this. There was no policy, no procedure. We went to the theater for this. Just people giving what they had. Breath, memory, and time. The workers who came did not ask to be relieved of their posts. By the second hour, it changed into something I can't describe. Not a song anymore, it's something older, an insistence. The frontier does not give things back. We sang anyway. We were not asking. Honestly, a dirge for a child that did not exist, or I guess did, I don't know. Definitely not Raccoon Girl. Or we mourn them. I feel like singing provides a level of levity that allows us to handle the passing of people easier than us just mourning them. So I'm gonna go with singing. Personal decision. Give me more of these fragments, memories, and policy. I got a lot. I got 8 of them bad boys, like right behind my head. I should really do something with those. The frontier is patient. Damn.
I am a little sad that one of the fragments hasn't come out. So like the individual fragments you get, or the policies that just appear, I call those quiet moments. The ones that are like sort of the 3 choices are called echoes, and then you have the story arcs, like the remembering. There are a few quiet moments where it'll reference something in your past run. So like a child coming up, that goddamn 8-year-old coming up and telling you that the museum is her favorite place in town, and then skipping off when you don't have a museum this time around.
Here we go. We got a fragment. Let's see. 2 settlers have not spoken since an argument in the 2nd month. We're seen shaking hands this morning. No mediation, no formal resolution, no entry into the record, because neither of them filed anything. I saw it from the window. Did not intervene, did not ask. The settlement has systems that do not require me. This is one of them. Hold on, where's the other one? At that. Same fragment. Know what? I think that it is. I think that it's about time that I go in and make another area. And I think using these 2, because they clearly coincide. Like, this is the one involving the argument. And then here's this one saying, it's like, hey, by the way, they hadn't spoken since the argument. Now they're friends.
Yep.
So I'm gonna use those. I'm gonna right underneath the frontier dwellings. I'm gonna put them right underneath. It's gonna be cool. Boom. Got the option for a new district right there. She knew the color of her daughter's eyes. I have not forgotten that. I caught myself humming humming it this morning. I did not go to the vigil. I did not sing. I do not know where I heard it. The melody is almost right. Almost. Okay, we got an answer here. She came back during the 3rd hour. She walked out of the dark at the edge of the square as if she had simply been walking. The singing stopped. The mother went to her. The child let herself be held. She did not say where she had been. She did not say she remembered being gone. Later, when the square was quiet, the mother asked if she knew the song. The child said yes. The mother asked who taught it to her. The child thought for a long time. She said, I don't know. I've always known it. The mother did not ask anything else. 3 other children have not returned. We have not stopped singing. This is a reversed Pied Piper situation. But we have our answer.
I'm pretty sure the answer is that the governor really has it out for kids, and so they just go and hide.
Like, the governor's an asshole. He fucking hates us. He chased a little girl away for having pets. And
then he took them for himself.
He was jealous of her raccoons. It's a fun little thing. In South Carolina, I went there on vacation. In South Carolina, I went to a hotel bar. Not like the chain smokers, but I went to a hotel bar, and the bartender, she was an older lady, she had a pet raccoon. And she would watch Marvel movies with the pet raccoon, and the pet raccoon was afraid of the Hulk. I'm here eating rope because guess what? I shit you not. That's the case. It was wild to me because I didn't think anybody would actually have like a pet like a raccoon.
There's an interesting article that I saw a while ago that they have documented that raccoons are actually adapting to have larger eyes and smaller muzzles, similar to like dogs did. because that makes them more endearing to us, and we're less likely to be an asshole and chase away little girls that have them as pets, I guess.
They're crossbreeding the raccoons. Oh, by the way, in case you haven't noticed, so the text of the other fragments that are underneath
overlaps, yeah.
overlap. Same thing with the memories, and does it with the policy too.
Yeah. A little bit of Z-index issues. I have noted it, and actually I was working on fixing it while we chat here.
Oh. Alright, so the humming children. That sounds ominous. I'll put it on the district down here. Oh, I got a dream. Got a dream. What's the dream? A memory I shouldn't have. The what was left after. I'm not certain I should check the past records. Huh.
Yes. So you... a mild spoiler, because you may not remember what it's called, but what was left after is the choice that you make at the very end.
Oh. I got another dream. Hold on. Let's see here. A settler who had been ill for 2 weeks returned to work today. They seemed different. Not worse. Not better exactly. Just different in the way people are different after they have been somewhere else for a while. Even if that somewhere else was a bed in the settlement's medical ward. They stopped at the door before entering. Looked back at something. I asked what they were looking for. Well, looking at. They said they thought they saw someone they knew. Nobody was there. They smiled anyway and went inside. Okay, fucko. I don't like that at all. The thing at the boundary, the long way around.
Says this governor, right? That chases off little kids.
Oh, here we go. We got another fragment. A child asked me why the sky here looks different at the edge of the settlement than it does at the center. I said, I don't know. Child accepted this and moved on. I've been thinking about it since. The sky does look different at the edge. It has always looked different at the edge. Nobody's said it out loud before. Why are people talking to me? I'm a nice guy.
Hey, kudos to that kid. They have some bravery there for approaching you.
That child's got some cojones. They're like, hey,
that's right.
I need to go up to you real quick. Hey, Governor, Mr. Governor. It's like, yeah.
Your health is waning, Master. Are you feeling faint?
Thank you for the hydrate, by the way, Mr. Stink Crack. I think you should probably clean your ass.
I thought it was Mrs. Tink Crack.
Well, no, what Mrs. Tink Crack would work too. At which point, I'm wondering what Tink Crack is and how much it sells on the street. So let's see here. We got. Oh no, it's Mr. Okay.
It's Mr. Okay. Well,
that's what's up. That's what's up. I still love your name. Your name's great. So let's see here. I kind of want to look at these ones first. So the thing at the boundary. Something has been observed at the settlement's boundary. I'm gonna do another voice for this. It's as if like there's multiple people that's talking on it. That's kind of like how I'm treating it. It's like multiple people are reading these, which is why I do a different voice every time. So we'll do this one. Something has been observed at the settlement's boundary. Not threatening, not approaching, simply there, at the edge, in the evenings. 3 separate workers have reported it. None of them agree on what they saw. All of them agree that it was looking at the settlement. I must decide what kind of event this officially is. We began keeping a log, dates, times, descriptions. The descriptions do not converge. The log is thorough anyway. We have classified this under ambient frontier conditions. The workers have accepted this classification. I am less certain they believe it. I went myself at dusk. The boundary was empty. It had been there. The ground said so. Okay, I want to be ballsy. I want to be ballsy. I'm going. Oh, I got a nightmare. That's great.
Well, that's what you get sometimes for being ballsy.
I'm gonna put that next to my dreams.
You could have just classified it as swamp gas and carried on.
No, I can't do that. That's what everybody else does. Hey, everybody. Thank you for passing on by. All right, let's see here. Long way round. The scout filed the survey this morning. Complete. Every site, every measurement, every notation. She has been back 3 days. I reviewed the route log, checked the distances twice, count them twice. By her own accountant, paced terrain campsites, the route should have taken 4 days longer. They left on schedule. They returned on schedule. The 4 days are simply not in the calendar. I sent for her. She came without being told why. She already knew what I found. The route was the route. The camps were the camps. The 5 of them moved through the same ground, made the same fires, covered the same distances, and somewhere in the middle of it, 4 days. Each of them was also somewhere else. She did not say elsewhere, she said inward. The same place, same people, none of them intruding on each other. Same stillness, the same turning. But what was inside, that was each person's own. She said this carefully. The way she says things, she has decided not to pursue. I asked if anyone had been harmed. She said, no. We have hold. She has given me what she decided to give me. The route is filed. The survey is complete. 2 of them are settling slowly. I will watch for that quietly without making it a formal welfare inquiry. What happened out there belongs to the people who were out there. I was not one of them. But there is a worry in me I am choosing not to act on. A question I am choosing not to ask. I can hold those. This is their story. It's not mine to open. Damn, so I can just be like, nah, it ain't my business.
I don't get involved in other people's business unless there's kids involved.
Listen, if you file a complaint against me, then we have a problem. But if you don't file a complaint against me, we're good. I'm going to stay out of it. All right, so here's asking. Before she goes, I tell her, I need to understand what happened out there, not for the record, not to file anything, because my people came back from somewhere, and some of them are still arriving, and I'm responsible for all of them. All 412 of them, excluded my raccoons. Technically 413, because we had a child show up. Because the Frontier gave this expedition something I've not seen before, and I'm the governor. And no one is part of what that means. She looks at me for a moment. I do not look away. She says, I'll tell you mine. She says, the others will decide for themselves. She begins. Raccoon's not involved, not interested. Mr. Child, MBD. Mr. Raccoon owner happens to be a child. I am on the case. I get my skelepads too. I earned these. I stole these raccoons on fair and square. Listen, I'm gonna ask. I'd be like, fuck it, just tell me. Just tell me.
You may not have a nose as a skeleton, but you sure are nosy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, listen, I got no nose, but I'm nosy. You want to steal a little girl's raccoons? We were here before is your game.
That's right.
You want to give no shits about a widow who doesn't know how to file shit? We were here before is your game.
Look, when the government judges you on the level of your bureaucracy, your paperwork is the equivalent of your sword in this game, right? It's
Exactly. Husband does not like them. Exactly. All right, we got truth. All right, Let me shimmy ah. All right, so the truth. She told me about doubt. 4 days with every decision she is not certain about. Not the ones that went wrong, the ones that she won't know about yet. She came back knowing it better. She did not come back without it. When she left, she said, "The others know you asked." I had not considered what it would feel like to wait while 5 people decided whether to give me their 4 days. One came the next morning. She said, "Everything I carry was there, none of it a problem." She called it sufficiency. Okay. As if she had been testing the words since she got back. 2 more came that week. Different words, same thing. I'm still holding what each of them gave me. 2 did not come. We are normal with each other, which says a lot because we have a cult. And apparently everybody
you are normal
goes...
with anyone. That in and of itself should be a red flag right there.
Yeah. It's like, we're normal with each other, says the skeleton governor. Assumed time is not even his guy. I know, right? I do not know if their 4 days are something they are keeping or something they are still inside. I told myself, I will ask only what I am invited to. It feels different when I pass them in the square. Yeah, it feels real awkward. You gotta give them the white guy smile of like, you know, just making that straight line with your mouth. And you give them like the slight nod. Whose nose was it and where is it now? Well, I cleft their skull in twain. And then it had to be refashioned. And then after that, we kind of had to, well, peel the skin and general meat from it like a mandarin orange.
And you're worried about the cult being in town?
They should be worried about the governor who's...
That's right. The cult is having regrets. That's not a sentence you say often.
No regrets. Alright, let's see here. So I could deny, file, or send them. Okay, hold on. Deny. I asked them. Some of them told me. Some of them didn't. Feel like deboning a chicken. Jesus Christ. We could deny. I asked. Some of them told me. Some of them didn't. The ones who want to go back are mostly the ones who didn't. They sat across from me and kept their 4 days, and I respected that. And now they are asking me to send them back to something they did not give me. I'm not going to do that. Not because I doubt them, because an expedition requires the governor's authority, and the governor's authority requires more than a request from people who have already decided what they will and will not account for, because fuck these people. I've sent them out. They had permission to leave. They didn't give me shit. They didn't tell me. I just wanted to know, man. I had a nightmare. I saw a thing on the fringes. I went by myself with my raccoons. No raccoons, no rat gangs. Okay. I heard them when they asked. I'm answering them now. The answer is no. I find I am clearer about the reason that I am expected to be. I'm not going to deny it because I do think that if they are going to do it, they have a reason to do it. Maybe they aren't going to give me because my suspicion is they don't have all the information, or they feel as if they don't have enough to properly tell me, and they think that if they can go back out there, they'll be able to tell me more. Like they want more solid info that they can return. You know what? I'd be cool with that. So let's see what Violet says. The Frontier compressed a crossing and gave 5 people 4 days they were not supposed to have. That is a Frontier event. Frontier events belong to the settlement's record. I'm not asking them to give me their 4 days. What they found in themselves out there, that is theirs. I'm asking them to account formally for the fact of their choosing who shared, who didn't, who wants to go back, and why, in whatever words they have. Who wants to go back and has decided the governor doesn't need to know why. That refusal also on the record. In their own hand. The settlement has a right to know what happens on its crossings, not everything that happens inside the people. I don't care about what happens inside people. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a surgeon. If you drop food on the floor and you eat it, that's on you. It landed on germs. There's no 5-second rule. But everything that happens to the record, a gap in the account is still an account. I intend to make it official. Then we have send them. I'm gonna send them. I heard what they found out there, and I heard what they came back with, and I've been watching them since, watching for the thing I cannot ask about directly. Because that's fucked up. A little bit. I mean, I have a right to know, but no, whatever. Watching for the thing I cannot ask about directly, whether they are the same people who sat across from me and described sufficiency. Or whether the wanting has made them into something slightly different. I don't know. I wandered out there, and I'm fine. The North Gate's fine. My raccoons are fine. The cult is... Well, they haven't caused problems yet.
You don't know what the cult's up to. You refuse to go in, despite all their dinner invitations.
I keep getting invited, but I don't know if they eat people. You know, they might eat people.
That's fair.
I'm built for broth. Like, that's I'm bone broth. I'm bone broth, brother. I'm the 3 Bs. I will send a physician. Not because I expect harm, because I want someone out there whose job is to watch carefully and whose account I can trust. The 3 have agreed to the condition without being told it is a condition. They agreed when they sat down in my office, when they told me the truth and asked. The Frontier does not give its secrets easily. I am not certain this is a secret. I am not certain it isn't. I find I need to know. All right, meanwhile, what's going on here? Enter into the record. Show the scientist. Keep it between us. Okay. The thing they brought back. Is the Horizon doing something? Hold on. I don't think it is. No, it's not. Okay. I was concerned. I thought I heard the Horizon make a noise. The thing they brought
It's just your raccoons.
It's my raccoons. They're getting into my shit. The little girl taught them well. The thing they brought back. The expedition returned with something. Not a specimen, not a sample. Something the scout cannot classify and chose not to leave out there. She has not filed it in the inventory. She has not shown it to anyone. She brought it directly to me. She says, I thought you should see this before anyone else does. The catalog, complete, photographs, whatever it is, it exists in the archive now. We brought the scientist in. She spent 3 days with it. Her report uses the word unprecedented 4 times, the phrase I do not know twice. Because I keep track of that shit.
You do.
We did not file it. We did not show it around. The scout seemed to have expected this. She left without asking why. Hey, Sora, what's up? Hey. Long time no see indeed. I think that we should show it to the scientist. They brought back weird shit. I think the scientist should see it. Oh, yes, another fragment for my collection.
Excellent.
Meanwhile, an answer. Oh, yeah, I've definitely been well. I hope you've been well, too. They accepted the physician without discussion. I had prepared for negotiation. They simply agreed. 9 days, her report arrived first. All 3, well. One notation near the end. On the 4th day, each spent some hours turned inward. She observed from a distance. She wrote, I do not think that is my determination to make. I had sent her to make exactly that determination. Why would she not do her job? They debriefed together, all 3 at once, which they had not done before. It was different this time, not less different. I think it came sideways. The 3rd, I'm glad we went. I read the physician's report, the debrief one against the other. I was looking for something specific. Then I noticed I was looking for something specific. I set both documents down. The lamp gave back my face in the dark window. The face was reading one report against another. looking for evidence of change. I looked at that face for a while. Then I filed both reports. Correctly. Bip. For some reason, it's really cold. Oh, you have like a heater that you could put like under your desk? I love like, so at work, I have a heater that I do put under my desk and I have it blast my legs. So like whenever it's cold in the factory, like I'm actually warm. Let's see. We're gonna get this. Yay! There it is. So place on a new district. Long way around. No, don't worry, Leo. I'm gonna read it the way that you wrote it. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? With this fragment, the collection's complete. Wouldn't you think I'm the skull who has all the things? Oh, I have another nightmare. Isn't that fucking dandy? A settler described a dream at breakfast. Ordinary recounting, warm light, a kitchen, voices they loved. Another settler across the table went quiet, said nothing until asked. Then said they had dreamed the same dream, down to the curtains. I was not present for this conversation, heard about it secondhand, filed it nowhere, kept thinking about it. I have to make a new district. I got some strain going on here. The frontiers, the horizon's gonna make new shit for me. I'm collecting so much. 3 settlers reported the same sound last night, coming from the same direction. The direction of horizon. Not loud, not threatening. Just present in the way that things are present when they want to be noticed. I sent someone to look. They found nothing. They came back quieter than they left. I did not press them on and added it to the log under ambient frontier conditions. Went back to work. It has been more difficult than expected indeed. All right. So, I gotta ask, how do you feel that I'm doing? Am I doing We Were Here Before some level of justice? Am I providing the right chutzpah?
Absolutely. It's exactly how I had pictured it. It's meant to give you choices, right? To not have any clear easy or right or wrong, right? And to be enjoyable in terms of seeing the outcomes. And enjoying the collection of raccoons you've gathered.
I have 8 raccoons. They're all named. I didn't name them. The little girl named them.
No. And she told the widow, who then told you, even though you didn't bother with the widow's name.
Yeah, I don't give a damn about the widow. Fuck the widow. I didn't even read The Quiet Garden. Hold on. Someone planted it. No one remembers who suggested it. There was no vote, no proposal, no policy. One morning, the ground was turned. By evening, others had brought things to put in it. Oh, great. So it's a community garden. That's actually awesome. Everybody's just planting shit. Don't plant tomatoes in it. Those are actually an invasive vegetable. Well, fruit. But they're very invasive. Like, they will actually, like, grow over and kill other plants. Fun little fact for you. That's also where, something that I want to do. I want to be, like, a little malicious, I guess. I want to take tomato seeds, and I want to just toss them all across the highway. So there's wild tomatoes growing next to the highway. and you would figure it's like, oh, that's not that bad, right? Like, you know, it's like, okay, cool. He's randomly planting tomatoes. That's not bad. It's not eco-terrorism. But you gotta hear me out on this, okay? Think of it as you will. Somebody gets into a car wreck, and they run over these tomatoes. Now the tomato juice is mixing with the blood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It would look like a massacre.
It would look horrible. It's like, oh my god, did you hit somebody? Yeah.
The incidents of hit and runs reported that turn out to be nothing have increased 100%.
There's a lot of missing persons reports. Like, people would take missing persons reports and think that they're victims of hit and runs and the bodies are going missing. So it's like, oh, great, you tampered with evidence. You moved a body. And it's like, those are just random charges added to, like, drunk drivers. And know what? No, that would be a great deterrent for drunk drivers. And other reckless drivers, for that matter. See, people go there to think. That is what they say, to think. They come back humming. They do not always notice. When you tell them they stop, they look at you with an expression I have come to recognize. Like something just past the edge of a word. I caught myself in the morning. I did not stop. Okay. Got it. Got it. I see. Public ceremony. Someone has died. The first death in some natural causes. There was no drama, no frontier strangers. No story. They were here, and now they are not. The settlement is watching to see how I mark this. We stop, we gather, we say their name out loud together. The settlement that grieves publicly together opens itself to shared interior experience. Someone has died. Oh, and we document their life here, what they contributed, what they were to the people around them. The settlement that records its dead will eventually find records of people who haven't died yet. Living alongside, that's rather convenient. Oh, what does that say? It has living alongside right over top of it. We have been here before. Yes. The frontier does not pause for grief. We honor them by persisting. A settlement that doesn't grieve together finds the grief somewhere else eventually. I think a public ceremony is in order. Solidarity.
A little bit of pomp and circumstance.
Look at that. So you have 2 memories, a policy. You got 7 fragments, 2 dreams, 2 nightmares, a strain, and a solidarity. Hell yeah. I got a lot.
You do.
What I'm going to do with all this, I don't know. I got a dream! One of the expedition members, here lies so-and-so. May they grow into plants that may provide nutrients for raccoons and be more useful to them when they were alive. It's the widow that died. That's what happened. She died. I know she left. Maybe she came back.
No, the widow didn't leave. It was the family that left. The widow stayed.
Oh, the widow stayed? Okay, fuck that bitch. I hope she died.
Quote-unquote natural causes.
One of the expedition members came back quieter when they left. Not distressed, not withdrawn, just quieter in a specific way. Someone who has seen something they're still deciding how to carry. The scouts debrief noted nothing unusual. I have not asked. I've been waiting to see if they come to the office. They have not yet. I'm giving it another week. Some things need to be carried alone first before they can be shared. The frontier teaches this. Everyone learns it. What remains?
Yeah, so with that's going to be your conclusion. So if you want to play your fragments and build your last district before you enter that, because entering that's going to take you to the end screen, and then you can't play anything else.
Okay. So I'm gonna just put 2 nightmares down.
If you don't sleep well, no one sleeps well.
There's my 2 nightmares. It was the long way around. A memory I shouldn't have. The unsolicited donations. I'm not certain I should check the past records. Setting that with the other dreams.
Yeah, so that's an example, and that's a placeholder right now to a degree in terms of the wording, but the unsolicited donations was in your first disposition.
Yeah, because then I have what was left after as well.
Yeah.
Unsolicited donations. Here we go. What was left after? I'm separating those dreams out because those ones are very specific to the prior playthrough. Because I don't think any of these... None of them have anything else. Okay. So now I can just file these in here, but let's see what the deep pool is. The physician's notation is in the archive. I do not think that is my determination to make. I had sent her to make it. I come here when I think about face in the dark window, reading one account against another. I had sent them because I cared about what the frontier was doing to my people. I was also finding out if what they've been given could be given again. I find those are not the same care. I find I come here when the difference is most difficult to close. I'm gonna put some strain on fuck the cultist, he gets a strain. Oh yeah, they say they do stuff with memory. Hold on, wait. I remember one of these was involving memory. And I believe the cultist shrine lingered in that.
Correct. During the I don't know that it's in the district note, but during your answer, the people who went there said that they go to discuss memory.
So I'm gonna give them my memories, quick. Oh, that's changed into a dangerous looking color.
So, I'm gonna give you a hint here, without totally spilling it all. But if you remember in your last disposition, or your first disposition that you had, and we'll see here shortly, there were notes about you as the governor. So behind the scenes, I track like 6 different things, in terms of what type of governor you were, and you can influence that outcome, and what is said there by which ones you choose to feed cards to.
Oh.
So like red is tied to one of those specific axes, if you will.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go and put singing in the quiet garden then. Let's see here. Yeah, quiet garden, boom, right there. Let's see here, policy. Out exercise yard.
The policy for raccoons as pets.
Let's see here. Built a fire. I'm gonna give that to the cultists. Let's see, census. Let's see. Try to ask you about the sky. That feels like an exercise yard type deal.
That's where all the kids hang out.
Yeah, that's where all the kids hang out when they're being assholes. Solidarity. Let's see. Someone died. You know, I'm... We had initially grieved for the child through song, and the child appeared, so I'm going to put solidarity in the quiet garden. I'm going to put both of these dreams in the civic form. That just makes sense to me. This one I'm putting in the pool, because that also makes sense to me. It's like anything involving like people feeling odd is going to the deep pool. And I have these fragments. Defile the exercise yard. Climbing to the highest point. Know what? Cultists can have that. Fuck it. And returning with a sample, that's gonna go to the pool. Filed regardless. Alright, so let's see here. What remains? The charter is still in my office. I read it again this morning. It was written by someone who had not been here. 3 families departed last week, 2 the week before. The records from the week before are not incomplete. They're simply less. I can feel the settlement thinning, or you feel a held breath running out before you meant it to. We were sent here to build something permanent. I understand now what the ones before us understood. I understand now what their silence was. Horizon has been patient. I do not know how much of me remains by the time I finish deciding. It must be today. It must be now. While I still know what I am deciding. I did not believe it ended. We could return. The Empire is still there. Crossing is still possible. We've done what we could. We've built what we built. We cannot bring everything. That has always been true. I have been walking the settlement this morning, longer than I needed to, stopping in places I did not expect to stop. The archive, the market, the housing rows. I left a few things behind, records mostly. The ones that felt important. I cannot explain the selection. It just felt right to leave something. Something that knew we were here. We're going home. I have filed the departure notices. They're thorough. Made sure of it. With a settled return. The Frontier and I reached terms. I don't know which of us proposed them first. I'm not sure the distinction matters. Not out here. Time does not move in the direction I was trained to expect. I governed. I arranged. I accommodated. I hate children. I learned what the Frontier was and worked with it rather than against it. I'm leaving now. This was always part of the arrangement. Frontier knows this. I think it always did. I find I am not certain departure is the word either of us would use. But I am walking away, and it is letting me. It has to count for something. I think a settled return makes sense. Yep. Look at that. Second run completed.
Second run completed.
Bureau of Frontier Settlement Assessment and Proposal Division, Department of Ongoing Concerns, Frontier Operations. Frontier District 7 lost settlement filing. Alright, so the permitted gathering. The governor's records for the permitted period document, the arrival of an organized group at the settlement's boundary, followed by a formal arrangement governing trade and knowledge exchange. The arrangement was filed in triplicate. The paperwork is in order. This department has reviewed the terms. They are, on their face, reasonable. We have noted that reasonable terms filed in triplicate by an unidentified group of unknown origin are not standard Frontier commerce. We filed that note. We have not been certain what to do with it since. Infrastructure records for the period document, building permit issued to the group. Governor authorized it. It's a building that was completed in 3 weeks by the group's own labor, with attendance logs filed voluntarily by the building's occupants show 7 regular attendees in the first month, rising to 31 by the final operational quarter. The logs describe the gatherings as discussions of memory. This department has no standard framework for memory discussions as a civic activity. We've created one. It currently has 1 entry. Governor's personal records contain 11 separate notations across the operational period, each reading, I have been invited, I have not gone. Yes, I did that 11 times. This department has counted the notations. The handwriting is consistent. The governor's final personal record reads, I keep finding reasons. I'm not certain the reasons are mine. This department has read that line several times. We have not been able to determine what it means. We have been finding it difficult to stop reading it. This filing has been referred to by BMNPR on the question of whether a building permit issued by a frontier governor to an unidentified group constitutes a valid authorization under Imperial Frontier Land Law, and whether the settlement's governor bears administrative responsibility for the group's activities within the permitted structure. BMNPR has asked if the governor ever went inside. The governor's record confirmed they did not. BMNPR has said that is the correct answer. This department is not certain what question that answers. It has been 4 months. Civic sessions. Let me drink some water real quick. Okay. So let's see, my records for the operational period show forum usage logs that do not conform to any standard format. Usually hearings, but also dispute mediation, shared meals, celebration of unknown provenance, 2 funerals. We had 2 people die.
No.
And what the governor's log describes as a quiet afternoon where several settlers sat in the room and did not speak to each other but did not leave. AKA quiet time.
That's the governor's favorite way of spending time with people.
It's like, I like to sit there for hours on end, surrounded by people and none of us talking.
That's right.
I relish an awkward silence. Governor was present for the majority of these. The governor's log does not distinguish between official and unofficial use of the space. This department attempted to, but it wasn't productive. Personnel records for the period show a high volume of directly filed concern notices, but also a high volume of what this department can only classify as non-concern notices. Settlers filing notes that are not complaints, not requests, not formal in any recognized sense. One reads, the farm roof leaks in the northeast corner during heavy rain. It's not a problem. We move the bench. You stupid bastard. That is a problem. That's a structural weakness. Fix the fucking roof. Good. The governor's margin note. Noted. Leaving it. But that's the people's hole. Like...
That's what we call character.
Know what I call that hole in the roof? That's the people's hole. They want it. It's our water feature. Oh my god. Post-settlement survey reports describe the forum as structurally intact. Bullshit! It has a hole in the roof. Heavily used benches worn smooth and unevenly. Somebody's grinding their ass against that. That's not good. Okay. You're not going to report the uneven benches. You're going to report the hole in the roof and be like, no, right. Don't fix it. More wear on the left side. Why? Why is there more wear on the left side of the bench? What are you doing to the left side of the bench? Are you fucking in the forum? Are people fucking in my forum?
Look, benches are the new couch, okay?
I think these people are fucking in my forum.
You said it was open for anything,
well,
right?
I mean, that's yeah, but... They're making the beast with 2 backs on my benches.
Salutations!
Oh my god, wait, hold on. Doki! Gildo's incoming. Welcome in, Doki. Hello, hello. Welcome in, Doki. Welcome in, Raiders. For those of you that don't know, this is us having a first-hand look at the game. We were here before. I actually have the developer being held by my crab.
He's starting to pinch me.
He is threatening to pinch. Welcome in, though. What were you up to? What were you doing? Talk about your stream. I am the goat. Aw, thank you. I'm also the governor here.
Summon more minions, sire.
And Brissy, welcome in. Hey. Oh, there's no need to gulp. You're good. But Brissy, welcome in. Welcome to the Pastaways. You being enjoying your time on the beach, but we're actually on the frontier right now. Currently talking about how in this forum, people were... This is supposed to be a place where, you're supposed to go and have discussions and stuff and settle disputes and, file some claims. Nope. People were fucking on these benches. Left side's worn. Making the beats with two
you said
backs.
It was open for anything, any reason. And those benches are really sturdy.
I mean, they better be. They don't give a fuck about the hole in the roof. It's supposed to be a Drunk Dark Souls stream. You got way too drunk, way too fast, did nothing relevant. That's fair. Oh, it was a follow-up to the last... Oh, okay. Hey, Sensei, I'm doing well. Which, by the way, if you had to do any outro team care, please feel free to do so. You deserve it. You earned it. You were entertaining people. You were talking. You were, doing everything under the sun to strain yourself mentally. So if you have to do anything like drink water, you drunk bastard, then please feel free to do so. Or continue drinking. I'm not your dad. I'm not your dad. Just be responsible. Okay, good. I'm glad that y'all did that. You will drink water? Good.
Health, sort it now.
Thank you for making me drink water, because there was a lot of reading, there's a lot of vocalization in this game for me. So drinking water does keep my pipes well lubricated. Oh, random fact? You want a random fact? You know what? Inkdrift, do you have a random fact involving your game?
I don't know that I do. The only thing I can think of is raccoons and being assholes to kids. Now, the game started out much more like a cultist simulator, but ended up much more like a Papers, Please.
Okay. There is your random fact. This game ended up as more like a Papers, Please than the Cult Simulator. So that's pretty cool. I remember playing Cultist Simulator. It's like, I didn't get to play it long, but I did get to play it. It felt like there was more that could have been done with it, and I wasn't seeing like much in terms of updates to the game.
Yeah, it had a pretty brutal learning curve because they did like no tutorial. Exactly, no. Cult of the Raccoon. That's what we have here.
Cult of the Raccoon, yes. Let's see here. The forum is structurally intact. Yeah, right. Okay, more wear on the left side, which surveyors attribute to a draft from the east window, making the right side less comfortable. Yeah, right.
They just didn't want to list the real reason. They didn't have a filing for that.
Extensive, any measure, lists hearings alongside meals, alongside silences. Governor's name appears throughout, not as presiding officer, but as present. The room smelled faintly of bread. They were drinking here, too. They had malt liquor.
It was a BYOB sort of forum.
Bread does not last long. This department has no explanation. They're drinking. That's the explanation. What do you mean you have no explanation? They were drinking. Dear God. So let's see. What was left after? 31 pages of correspondence with the Imperial Commission regarding a yeah, fuck this family. Filing a source dated and witnessed throughout, cross-referencing against the settlement's complaint registry, confirms a formal complaint regarding vermin in the eastern residential quarter filed by a neighboring resident. The complaint is legitimate. The documentation is thorough. This department has reviewed every page of the governor, built the case over 4 months. Case is sound. This department has noted the governor's handwriting becomes more careful in the final pages. We have filed the observation. Not certain what it means. All right, so the records confirm the family was formally recalled following the governor's filing. Settlement departure logs show 3 persons departing. The father's counterfilings, 4 in total, were sustained but insufficient to prevent recall. Yeah, fuck that guy. A separate notation in the governor's personal records, undated, reads, she asked about the raccoons. I told her I would
Welcome!
Why go psycho? Another raider, let's go. I'm reading about raccoons.
Your raccoons.
My raccoons now. I wonder, hold on. Like, why? What? Yeah, welcome on in, Psycho. Welcome in, welcome in. Hope you had a good stream. If you're doing an interesting care, please feel free to do so. But if you want to talk about your stream, please. It's going well, it's going well. So we are here with the We Were Here Before developer, Inkdrift, as we're giving like a big first-hand look via stream with live audience. So if you have any questions about it.
We're reading the final disposition of what his choices were.
Because that's what the game catalogs. It's really awesome. Like, this is very thorough. It's very thorough. And on top of that, something that you're able to do, at least I think it has already saved. So this actually saves as an image on your computer, so you're able to read your disposition later. Well, deposition later. It's really cool. So let's see here. In order, I would see to it. This department has cross-referenced settlement maintenance records. The Eastern Exercise Yard shows regular upkeep through the full operational period. No work order was filed. No maintenance personnel were assigned. It's maintained by person unknown. Exercise Yard is present and maintained. Yeah, it's like an interactive reading, yeah. It's really awesome. Surveyors describe... I even have it pinned for you to go and check out. The demo is available for you to play. And if you want to wishlist the actual game, you can. It's still in beta. But it is actively being developed. As a matter of fact, like during stream, Inkdrift admitted, it's like, yeah, I'm working on some of this stuff right now. One might even say
so the final product will have like 24 story arcs with about 6 different outcomes each, and each of those produces a different record here that is on the final disposition we're reading through. So very much sort of like a choose your own adventure governance.
Yeah. It effectively takes some of the difficult decisions that you would make in, like, you know, Disco Elysium or Frostpunk or Papers, Please. A lot of like the very popular games as of right now, like, you know, ones that you would see normally, take those decisions and then make it like a choose your own adventure book. Because, like, you know, it gives that Scholastic Book Fair, like, you know, revitalization of nostalgia, where you would find a choose your own adventure book, you would pick it up, you would start to, like, you know, read through it, and you would be like, okay, well, this decision leads here, this one leads here, and you can see like the results of it. You can even like compound further into like what you have made.
Yep.
So it's really cool. And like this final dissertation essentially says like, hey, by the way, this is the results that your decisions have actually made by the government at large that you work for. Let's see, this department is cross-referenced. Okay, so post-settlement survey reports. Okay, it's well maintained. Regular animal activity in the Eastern Quarter. Feed stores consistent with sustained care of small animals over an extended period. No official record of livestock or registered animals. Found 4 sets of tracks. Consistent. Recent. Whatever lives here is well cared for. No documentation explains by whom. Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't file that at all. Or
Nope.
did you?
They're mine. is acted within the scope of administrative authority. The filing is exemplary. The maintenance is not in the filing. We have no opinion on things that are not in the filing. Got it. So BMPR just doesn't care.
So BMPR stands for the Bureau of Metaphysical and Philosophical Research, which is why on all of these you'll eventually notice a pattern that the Frontier Settlement Bureau files these at BMPR and they never actually hear back on them.
And it's like, we don't give a fuck about raccoons.
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out. It's philosophical. We'll get to an answer eventually.
Shared melody. There's children absent from the settlement census. Gathering is described as a vigil attended by 4 affected parents and an unrecorded number of additional settlers. No, we didn't care about the amount of people that showed up to sing Bohemian Rhapsody. We just cared they showed up. Let's see, it was not formally sanctioned, no official record. Notice the irony of that decision appearing in an official record. Filed the irony. Did not have a form for it either. We're developing one. Followed the link and installed the demo. Excited to check this out? Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoy it.
Productivity reports for the weeks following the gathering describe a melody circulating through the settlement workforce, noted by 3 separate administrators as present during standard working hours. It's not attributed to any known source. The governor's filed note. I have asked several workers where they heard it. None of them could say. Several stopped humming when I asked, and I did not seem to know they had been humming. All right, so they asked for a transcription. My response, I would rather not write it down. The refusal has been filed. Infrastructure records for the period document. A garden established in the settlement central quarter. Wellness reports note it as a location settlers visited frequently, described in staff observations as a place people went to think. Okay, everybody just hums when they leave, and they just plant shit there. There's a lot of oregano plants. Let's see, since received reports of the melody from 3 frontier patrols operating in different districts, none of which had contact with the settlement in question. 2 patrol members independently described the melody as almost right without being asked to elaborate. 1 patrol leader in an otherwise routine supply request added the following line with no context. Please advise on protocol for a song that follows you home. Yeah, we all got protocol for that. So the receipt's been acknowledged by the Bureau. And, they've asked this department not to hum while reading their correspondence. This department has complied. It has been more difficult than expected. 2 members of this department have requested reassignment. The requests are pending. In the interim, they've been asked to work in separate offices. The melody, per their reports, has not respected that boundary because music doesn't give a fuck.
That's right.
Music don't give a damn. Music has no walls. Some people wish a stanza could. Physician's notation. All right, so the physician's report from people like at the Northern Crossing. That's right, at my gate. My gate.
Your gate.
It's mine.
Wonder if the gate's still there.
Probably is. No one's got to take care of it, though, because I left.
Yep.
The report is thorough and maintained. All 3 expedition members well, no incidents reported. 1 notation near the end in the physician's hand. On the 4th day, each expedition member spent some hours turned inward. She observed from a distance. She wrote, I'm not able to say whether what they found was the same as before. I don't think that is my determination to make. The governor's personal log for the date the report was received contains 1 entry. I'd send her to make exactly that determination. Fuck. This department has read both lines. The fuck was my annotation to it, don't worry. I'd send her to make exactly that determination. Okay, so they describe the same event from opposite ends. Filed under reports complete. Filed under intentional partial. Well, intention partial. Okay, so debrief together, all three members simultaneously. Which personnel records indicate was without precedent for this outpost? The debrief record contains 3 accounts. One reads, it was different this time, not less different. One reads, I think it came sideways. The third reads, I'm glad we went. I'm glad one person enjoyed themselves. They went on like a little road trip.
That's a guy that does the minimum possible in his filings, right? I gotta put something in this box.
It's like, hey, you're supposed to put something down. It's like, I can't say the trail mix was awesome. I just had to say I'm glad I went. I took pictures. Then I noticed I was looking for something specific. I set both documents down. Both documents refers. This department infers to the physician's report and the debrief record. The governor was reading one against the other. They noticed they were doing this. They stopped. And that noticing is the most significant administrative decision in this filing. That is, okay. That's fair. Yeah, no, never mind. Yeah, that's fair. They described the pool as present and deep. Surveyors could not determine its floor with standard equipment. They noted the water is clear despite the depth. Standing at the edge, one surveyor writes, you can see yourself clearly and also see that there is more below than you can reach. The physician was located following the settlement loss. She was asked about the expedition and the governor. She said, they sent me to find out something. He said, I found out something different. I think the governor already knew what would happen, like that would happen. I think they sent me anyway. This department has received her account. Find it most complete thing in the document. All right, the Bureau has been referred to this on the question of whether the governor who sends a physician to observe an expedition while knowing the physician's determination may not be the determination they are looking for is governing or doing something else. Bureau has read the physician's notation. I do not think that is my determination to make. Bureau has read the governor's log. I had sent her to make exactly that determination. Bureau has been quiet for a long time. Then a single question. What were they looking for?
Wouldn't that have been the thing to know?
Exactly. Why the fuck did I send y'all out there? This department has received all filed records. The governor was looking for evidence of change. Bureau said, in the expedition or in themselves. This department has looked at the pool. We have not answered. We find the pool reflects the question with perfect, unhelpful accuracy. You're right. This is very Hitchhiker's Guide.
Yeah.
This has Neil Gaiman levels of like satirical inward questioning.
Yep.
We find that is the right description of it. We are following this note. Okay. So here's the cool thing. Gets to talk about me now. And my decisions. All right. About the governor. We get to see how unhinged I was. The governor shared more with their settlement than this department would typically recommend for a frontier posting. The disclosures appear to have been measured, and the settlement does not appear to have been destabilized by them. We would nonetheless note that the frontier produces findings that are not always improved by general circulation. The governor's personal records constitute a substantial secondary archive alongside the official one, and the two do not always describe the same events in the same term. Where the official record describes a decision, the personal record often describes the conversation that preceded it and what the governor carried afterward. We are not accustomed to knowing this much about a frontier governor as a person. We find we are not certain how to file what we now know. We're fucking confused.
This is too personal. What the fuck?
He like wrote this like a diary. He wasn't filing anything the way he was supposed to. He was batshit.
80% of it's about his raccoons.
A lot of it's about
and
raccoons
his little
and
girl.
a gate and a cult and hating children and children renaming shit and sending people out and not knowing what he wants. And then he made a pool and people were singing Bohemian Rhapsody with so much children and he walked out into the darkness. He saw something
with his
came back.
raccoons.
Yeah, with his raccoons. This governor and the frontier reached an understanding. This department is using that word because the record uses it and because no other word fits. By the end of the operational period, the governor does not appear to have been governing the frontier so much as living alongside it. Yes, this is like a vacation to me. Can you see the fucking Hawaiian shirt? I like to visit places. I like to go places. I got a postcard. On terms that were evidently satisfactory to both parties. We have referred this to BMNPR. BMNPR has asked what terms were reached. We have not yet received a response. We find we are not surprised. Yeah, because they're trying to postulate on this. They don't know either. They heard that he was like in agreement with an understanding with the frontier, and they're kind of sticking with that. Post-settlement survey interviews return with notable consistency to the governor's demeanor in the later operational period. Settlers who knew them in the first quarter and were still present at the end describe, without apparent coordination, someone who had changed. Still the same governor, one account reads, just less of them available, somehow. Like part of them was somewhere else. This department has read this alongside the official filing. The official filing does not mention any of it. That is, we find precisely the point. Final disposition. Settlement 8766 has been marked as lost. The governor's final communication was a completed census filed on time in the correct format with every column filled. The final line on the census in the notes column read, "We were here." Surveyors dispatched in 960 PF found no physical remnants, no foundation, no roads, no registry of the unremembered, no chair. Maps referencing settlement 8766 have been marked as presumed incorrect and archived. The fuck you! I made sure all that shit was checked!
The kids renamed it all.
I think that's why.
Yeah.
Them kids. Surveyor complaints have been filed with BMNPR. BMNPR has acknowledged receipt. BMNPR has requested the surveyor's dream logs. The surveyors have declined to provide them. All right, so, and then we have down here, it's like pending classifications, settlement closed, charter retired. So I could file a new charter, I could file a record. I'm going to file a record. So
That'll save it as an image.
It saves in its own folder, too, of WWHB.
Out of curiosity, just to show you something, I have to file a new charter right quick.
File a new charter?
To pull up the game board. Yep. And then if you push escape to go into the menu. Okay. Past records?
It has the last one, it has run 1.
Yeah. So you can pull it up that way too. Oh, but what's that?
Oh. I've always stayed, and I'm no longer certain which time this is. I made it known. I've made things known before. I remember the relief, but not the telling. Stayed with him. I've always stayed. Oh, that's an interesting repeat.
Yeah, so past records will get small additions to them. So in essence, there are 7. Let's call it 8 different traits, I guess, that I track, right? And they form those final 4 paragraphs of it. 6 of them are on an axis, right? So how present you are, or how much you delegated or treated it more as process versus going in person. How much you resisted the frontier versus how much you just sort of accommodated it, things of that nature. And those all tie to the colors of the districts and how you answer. So basically how you answer will set one of those traits. And then as you feed it, right, it puts you more and more on that particular trait so that it'll come up with a more weighted answer for you at the end. So for example, if you go heavy bureaucracy, right, process everything, file everything, feed one of those answers a whole lot of fragments and memories and stuff.
Yeah.
At the end, in the disposition, the bureau will note how amazing of a bureaucrat you were and how perfect and clear your documentation was, and that they have posthumously given you an award. for your filing capabilities in essence.
You did great. Sorry you died.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying this. Like, cause this is a very dynamic game. It changes. You're explaining that this is changing like every single time, even past playthroughs. It changes some of the stuff that you've done.
Yep.
That's a huge attention to detail. That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a whole lot of like, and the testing of it has been a nightmare, as I'm sure you can imagine, just with all the choices and possibilities. And
honestly, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that.
And one of the things that's been a struggle, right, is how much to explain that to people versus how much to let them discover. Because half of the fun, at least to someone like me with my personality, is the discovery of it, versus knowing, oh, I need to go in and check X, Y, and Z, right?
Yeah.
So that's always something that I'm looking to balance a little bit more and to make sure it feels just right.
Honestly, like this is a very expansive experience. You know what? Hold on. Like, I need to double check something. Wait, there's something that like just popped into my head. I need to know whether or not like this is gonna be a situation of me talking out of my ass. Hold on. Is it this? Is this show? Let's see. Because I was thinking of The Expanse, like the TV show. I was thinking it's like this kind of gives like a little bit of that vibe. How many seasons? Hold on, wait. 6 seasons. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Clear up until 2022. Didn't realize that. Yeah, no, like this is giving me like The Expanse a bit.
In terms of just the storytelling, or what specifically do you think?
It's because with The Expanse, it's between like, you know, Earth and Mars, and like you're being sent, like they were sent to Mars to like help colonize it a bit.
Yep.
And like tensions between Earth and Mars are like present. It kind of feels that way with this because we're out here on the frontier next to the horizon.
Yep.
And we're trying to survive out here. The Bureau and just the Empire, neither of them really know what's going on out here, and they just kind of see us as expendable.
Yep. They see you as paperwork, right? It's they only see things in the way that they do it. And they don't understand when you don't do it that way. One of the stories that I'm actually working on now is about the Empire sending an auditor to you and how you deal with that.
Ooh.
That audit your paperwork, and of course, right before they come in, it's going to be a case of you've just had some weird oddity go on. That you had to figure out, okay, are we telling them about this, or are we not? How are we dealing with this, you know, basically this person who has a very narrow viewpoint of how things should be done, and what the implications for that are.
See, I'm curious as to whether or not you're going to add anything about a skeleton and a tropical shirt.
Well, you know, you never know what you find on the out in the frontier, right? There's actually one of the things that I want to do, right, and all depending on my time and how well it sells and all that stuff, but I want to do as like a free sort of DLC. I plan to release it fully in you know, as a 1.0, no early access, none of that stuff. It's going to be a completely baked experience. But a sort of a myths and monsters expansion for some time post launch. With a few more stories and a different type of outpost you can do to play through.
Oh, that's really cool. You know, thinking about it, this is me kind of spitballing into it, because this might be able to go and help with, like, you know, writing some other stuff if you need, like, you know, any further ideas. If you have other beta testers that have gone through this and such, and like maybe like they've done streams of it. This is like me. This is me kind of leaning into like the advertising mind.
Yeah.
You could have it as like a kind of like incentive in a way for people who like do stream it or like make content on it that are beta testers. If they do it, that like a kind of, it's not really cameo, it's Easter egg of them being
Easter eggs,
in it. Yeah, like having like Easter eggs of your beta testers in the in like a lot of these little like quests that are popping up, these little like memories.
Absolutely. I like that, and I think I'm going to borrow that. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, absolutely, like borrow that, because then it's also making it to where there's more advertisement going out involving the game. They will be included into the game, so then they can actually show their communities. If their communities are like super into the idea of like it's like, oh, I'm playing this game because my favorite streamer, my favorite YouTuber, TikToker, whomever is playing it, then they're going to want to delve into it. It gets a little bit more drumming up into We Were Here Before.
Yeah, absolutely. And I definitely appreciate like I said, you taking the time. It's been interesting trying to find folks that want a more, I'm going to use the word casual, I don't know that that's exactly it, but casual and narrative heavy experience, as opposed to all the first person / action / sort of things, right?
Yeah. There's so there's somebody that I kind of want to turn you towards then.
Yeah.
Because his name is Almantis.
Okay.
I'm gonna send you a link to him, because he's somebody that's very relaxed. He is a writer. Also apparently he's live. I didn't. Whoops. But it's this man right here. He's a retired professor. He used to be a professor, like an actual professor. And he does calligraphy and stuff. He's East Coast, very comfortable, chill vibes. He's somebody that I think is very worthwhile for you to look into as someone to work with, maybe, like just to go and reach out.
Perfect.
Hell, you can even like name drop me as like, hey, by the way, like Undead Commander, he recommended you to me because like you fit into this narrative, and I like I think that you would work well for it. Like that might be something. There's other, like, you can also find people that are other writers. A lot of people who are D&D focused, and TTRPG focused would be the ones that would definitely want to lean into this because of that narrative focus. This is definitely a game that works really well for long form content. I also think something that would be cool is allowing Twitch integration, where like with how Cult of the Lamb, as an example, they're able to influence events. So having it to where there's like a Twitch integration mode where the community can vote for what is done.
I would love that, and I don't know how expansive the Twitch integration is, but even things like letting, because there's so many of the little fragments that are by unnamed people, right? Two settlers that have the dispute, or the widow, or whatever, right? Where if you could integrate in your Twitch chat names into those little snippets, right? Could be a fun twist as well.
And even like whenever you get like your little quest that pops up, like and you have your decisions to make, like your chat might be prompted to go and pick one of those, and then it's effectively a chat run.
Shoot. Yeah. Absolutely. No, I like that. I think that makes a lot of sense. I'll have to. Maybe what I'll do is I'll take a look into it, and then we can do another one if you're interested with
absolutely.
Some of that turned on.
And we, it's like, listen, this is start naming your raccoons after chat members. Yes.
The raccoons thing is absolutely going to have some more lore to it put in now. 100%.
Like, I took this little girl's raccoons. I didn't mean to. I just had to. Dude. Like, I kicked the family out. I felt bad.
I don't care about the family, but The raccoons did nothing here.
Listen,
They're just victims.
Raccoons can't file complaints. Like,
Yeah.
they may have thumbs, they may be able to, but they don't know how to write. I didn't teach the raccoons to write. They can't file complaints against me. I feed them. The Bureau doesn't care.
I don't know if you've seen. My head just went because we have a few very bright dogs, and I'm sure you've seen over like TikTok and Instagram the buttons you can get for animals, right, where they touch outside or play or yes or no or whatever.
Yeah.
Just getting one of those set up for your raccoons to be able to file.
It's like
Complaint.
Complaint. Retained. Partial. Complaint filed. Governor at gate.
Yeah. Where's the gate? Where's the gate?
North. I think, like, I mean, honestly, chat, Pastaways. From watching the gameplay, from watching how this game is played, watching how I've done it, do any of you have, like, any inputs, any insights? What did you like? What did you didn't like? Because this is where, like, you know, you have the rare moment of being able to talk directly to the developer. So then you're able to get direct feedback not only to the developer, but also from the developer.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I do agree, there is a distinct lack of naming raccoons.
Yeah. We'll have to remedy that. Name raccoons after chat members.
Like, can I dress my raccoons?
Have to create a whole raccoon character builder.
That should be a type of settlement. It appears randomly as an option for an outpost, where it's just an animal outpost. It'd be a grove. It would be
grove, yes.
It'd be like a druid grove. That's an animal sanctuary. Yeah, that's what it'd be. It'd be a sanctuary.
Yes.
Missing the beginning of the stream wasn't 100%. Okay. And you know what? It's like, was it a decent storytelling experience? So it felt like telling stories, which is fair because, I mean, to me it does feel that way as well.
Yeah, I mean that is really honestly the heart of the game, right? Is figuring out what story you want to tell based upon your decisions. It's just in this format, it's told out loud.
Yeah. With me streaming it, I'm able to just go and vocalize it to all of you in my typical cadence. my multiple voices. Behold. I mean, personally, like, I mean, I provided a lot of my suggestions. I know that, like, there's the sentence breaks.
Yep.
In some of them, those, I mean, of course, you're going to be correcting those. That's kind of a given.
Yep. Some formatting issues that overlap. I mean, there's so much little polish, right, that has to go into it.
Like remember in G.
Yes, remember in G.
You gotta remember we're all out here remembering G.
The original G.
The OG, as it were.
Yes.
The original governor. See, that's what it is. You're remembering the governor. You're remembering me.
Yeah.
That's what you're remembering is me.
It is.
We're out here remembering.
It's been here before.
Yeah, we were here before.
That's right.
That's also how you gaslight your community. You just. I was like, what do you mean? We were here
We've
before.
been here before. Yeah. But and then there are some other alternative endings, right? I think on your third run there'll be at least one other one, if I remember right.
Okay.
But then you still have the science outpost to go through and to see as well.
I know usually I end, like, I do 3 to 4 hour streams, so I don't know whether or not I would be able to have the proper amount of time to do another run, like to do it justice.
Yeah.
So is it okay if we're able to end here?
Absolutely. It's been a lot of good feedback. It's been great to see someone play through it, and I really enjoyed the experience. It was great.
You know, maybe this would be pretty cool for you to go and do like more often with other beta testers.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of them would be very welcoming to it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, if you know anyone or anyone else, then toss them my way. I'm always on the lookout, and I'm always happy to have the feedback and to sit through and enjoy the experience of half of it for me, honestly, is just watching how people how you responded to it, what your thought process was, and the I purposely kept things vague enough, right? And that's why I don't put in things like names or a very hard theme and things of that nature, because half of it is the mind's eye, right? What you put yourself into and how you see yourself, and this settlement and this sort of place to be. So that's half the fun, right? Is watching your own take on it, right? Has been great.
Veggie BL Tail.
All right, I will take a look at that one. Thank you for the suggestion.
Okay. Let me look at... Okay, so they're mainly YouTube based. Okay. Morning radio is what they do. Also live right now. Okay, yeah, legit. Yeah, you know what? Hug Wizard would be another one. Yeah, Veggie BL Tail. Yeah, no, like they're doing a narrative focused game right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's definitely a solid one. Yeah, Hug Wizard is another one.
Hug. I love a good hug.
I also love a good hug. Hugs are awesome. Hug Wizard is also awesome. He's a very supportive person in the VTubing community.
Yeah. One true hug.
Yeah. Yeah, he reaches out to people of like all sizes for stuff.
Yeah.
So like he doesn't care about numbers for people. So he's somebody that like has been amazing. I went and I sent you all of their Twitch links so they're able to go through their stuff.
Perfect.
Thank you, Pastaways, for like providing the suggestions. Hatter, Leo, really appreciate you two for that.
Yeah.
Ooh, something witty gaming. They're coming in.
Yeah, they are.
Hell yeah. Those are my beachgoers. Those are my beachgoers right there. That's what I like to see. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Which, this is where I get to go and do a little something, because some of these folks are live right now, and I think that it would probably be in our best interest if we're going to raid into anybody, that we raid into one of the folks that are live. Specifically for me, at least, because I know them personally, is Almantis.
Yeah.
So I can raid into Almantis, and maybe even talk about the game we were playing for a bit.
Perfect.
Possibly get him a little interested in it. So I will say thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for the raids. Thank you for the support, the watch streaks. Thank you for the suggestions to go and help out Inkdrift. Thank you for your interest in We Were Here Before. This has actually been like a really fun time. Laughing my ass off over the fact that like I stole a little girl's raccoons and that I was right that it was a fucking cult.
That's right. I am looking forward to clips of you telling the little girl to fuck off.
I mean, I got 16 clips from this stream. I'm going to be combing through them. But we're going to be raiding into Outmantis. We're going to be giving him some love. If you haven't wishlisted the game, I would suggest it. Very fun time. If you enjoyed my takes in it, be sure to go and make your own. This is a great game for you to provide not only reaction content to, if you want to go and make any kind of reacts to it via gameplay, but also for you to actually feel as if you are governing a frontier. So, yeah, have it all linked up top. It's in the pinned. We have the demo that you're able to play right now. And we also have the actual official Steam page for the full game. When it will be released, well, 2026 is what it says, but
2026. Late summer, I'll say that.
Late summer? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Mark your calendars for, well, late summer. So end of August, beginning of September.
Exactly.
Yeah, wishlist the game, give your support, give your feedback. We'd love to hear it. And by we, I mean Inkdrift. I can't really provide much. But, do you have any parting words?
Just a big thank you to yourself and to all the viewers out there. It's been great listening. I had an amazing time. This was the sort of thing that honestly I pictured when I created it, right? Just the storytelling and being able to share that and enjoy it, with those that you're with. So I'm glad it really hit that spot, at least for us.
I'm glad that it did as well. This was a great experience for me because this is the type of narrative that I like to delve into. Oh yes, Leo, very good point. Any socials to follow?
Yes. So you can find me at, and I'll just drop it into chat to make it easy for everyone here.
I'm peering, I'm gazing.
That is Twitter, and then I'm on Blue Sky as well. And you can go. I'm not disciplined enough to do them all in Bureau voice, but I often post little Bureau type snippets out on Twitter and Blue Sky. So if you enjoy sort of the commentary or the flavor of satire, you can enjoy more of it out there.
Oh, it killed the Blue Sky one because it technically has periods in it, so it treats it like an
yeah.
website. I will say it's like you can go and send it to me like in DMs and then I can put it in.
Okay, perfect.
And we reply to this message with a.
That is it.
You can give him mod privileges? What? I didn't know a lead moderator could do that. What? Holy.
The more you know.
Well, hey, welcome to being my mod.
I'm only going to post about raccoons.
He's just gonna pin raccoons to the top of the chat.
That's right.
Holy shit! Wait, that is insane. You've been field promoted. Don't take it away from him. He gets to keep that now.
Excellent.
He earned it. He earned it. Which, by the way, a question that I have, because I had to have this as special events, because your game is not... Yep. Did you already take it away? Did you unmod him already?
The roller coaster I'm on.
Give him mod. You gave him the sword. You can't just take it away. Because on Twitch it doesn't have it as a as a game category yet. I mean, of course, because it's still in beta, so I suspect that's why.
Yeah.
But
Probably. I have no idea how those categories get populated. I'll have to take a look into that.
okay, because it would be nice for me to be able to actually, like, you know, stream and play it, like, you know, under its actual, like, game category.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
There we go. You have been knighted.
Ah,
You're now a guardian of
the
Kuni.
power. Raccoons will soon be everywhere.
What's great is in my campaign setting, there is actually a god who is a raccoon. And he doesn't understand how to speak the common tongue, so he says random words. And his name is Hurt. Like HWRT, that's his name.
Okay.
And he rides a hellhound. He's a nature deity, by the way.
Yes.
He's a nature deity.
Nature deity that rides a hellhound.
And he just says random words. He doesn't know what they mean. He just says shit.
His button panel, he doesn't understand what any of them are. He just sort of pushes them every once in a
He's
while.
just like, oh, well, this one usually receives this kind of, like, emotional response. I'm hitting this button.
Yeah. He accidentally kills a few people.
Excelsior! Verily! Salami! Tiddlywinks! Barracks! Petunia! Skibbity bitchin', what's up? Don't brain rot my raccoons! Alright, we're gonna rate it down, Mantis. Thank you all again. Thank you for the feedback.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
You were all amazing. And be sure to go and follow the page. Follow like on the Steam page. Mainly the official one. If you want to play the game yourself, the demo is available. And yeah, be sure to go and follow those socials as well. You all have a good one. Bye, everybody. I said bye, everybody, way too early. Because I'm amazing like that.
You do like awkward silences.
I do relish them. They're my favorite thing. There we go. Now we're rating. Copy those raid messages. Be sure to rattle them, chat. Bye.